Paul Rudd's cute. He's not like pretty, but he's cute.
Yeah.
He's
You're
cute
like
and
obsessed.
funny, so it's a good
Like
combo.
he won Sexiest Man of the Year, which I didn't agree with. But
Who
he
did you
could
think
get.
should have that year?
Yeah. Who should
I don't know who else was up in the running. Idris could have won by
If it was
landslide.
2016, Bruno Mars. But
He said,
Yo,
you
you
could have won
stay
by a
hating.
landslide. You're gay.
NewRoryNMal.
I don't understand how me saying as the plot thickens, it gives me the Dickens, while I'm quoting Andre 3000 is the biggest AO in the room off mic.
No, I mean, if you want to say something, crazy, just say it. I got the bar. I understand. I know where the bar was from, but
So
it is still kind of crazy to say something like that.
3 Stacks can dress the way he's dressed, play the flute, do all that. That's fine. But when he says he has the Dickens, now it's like, whoa. Slow
No,
down,
it's
bro.
not when he says, when you say it.
That's true. He does say things much better than I do.
Yeah.
Yes. That's kind of the
Exactly.
point of his job.
You got the Dickens. It's crazy.
Welcome to a new episode of the New Rory and Mal podcast. I am Mal,
I'm Rory.
and we are back with a new episode, a new audio experience, a
Yes.
new visual journey
During Fashion Week, all of us dressed to the nine. Is that the term?
to the nines, I believe. Yeah,
Gotta get my
What does
glasses.
that mean exactly?
I don't know. Who cares?
Is it the number 9? Or dressed to
I
the
did
time?
actually. I did know what it meant.
So like the seasoning?
Julian, you can look that up. To the nines was it's something that was
It's probably racist.
Yeah.
it's probably
I'm sure
I
it's
think-
something to do with slavery.
I think if we like really go back into all like the old slang and terminology, the root of it probably is something
Which is crazy with sayings like
racist.
they were really obsessed with racism.
People still are.
Every saying has to do with a racist connotation.
Yeah, till the black
Well, it's
Lives Matter,
conditioning.
Proud Boys, everything is racist now.
Yeah. Anyways, how you feeling?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I see you're matching the pinks. A lot of pinks matched up today.
I mean,
Even with the dots on the jeans. No, this was good.
this is probably the last bit of good weather we're gonna have in New York for a while, so gotta enjoy it a little bit.
Do you think you'll hit any Fashion Week events?
I doubt it.
Puff is premiering his album tonight.
He is. Puff's
LVRN
album.
has shit going on.
When is he dropping? Next week, though. He's not
Yes.
dropping this weekend.
Yes.
Next week. Yeah, Puff have his album. I believe is Love.
Yes.
The name of it.
It is Love.
Um,
I love the album cover. I like the little snippet they put out as the interlude. As a admitted Puff stan, I am a little nervous about this album. Not even so much based off the track list. Like I like French Montana. I don't know if I want him on a Love R&B album, but I could be wrong.
mhm.
I'm scared this is going to be the most sample heavy album ever.
I mean, it will
Ever
be.
in history of music.
Definitely will
Yes.
be.
I
But
mean,
like really recognizable samples.
I don't think so. I think that if we know anything about Puff, we know that he's gonna give us a great collab, a great album. He's been a lot of projects he's done has been before his time. We talk about the Last Train to Paris
One of
album a
my
lot.
favorite albums.
When it first came out, we didn't. It wasn't like we liked it, but it grew on us over the years.
Speak for yourself. I love that album.
When it first came
When
out,
it first came out, yes.
okay,
That's been one of my favorite projects for quite some time.
This one is obviously a bunch of features on this project.
Dirty Money being one of the features, which I was excited about.
Yeah, but I don't know if we get a lot of we get samples. I don't know if it's gonna be sample heavy like you think though. I do obviously. There's nothing wrong with the sample. Puff is probably the king of the sample, king of the remix. But a lot of these features are, The Weeknd. I don't know what you would sample with The Weeknd.
I mean,
think that's an original.
Metro just did it.
What did you do?
Mario, I want to know.
And he killed it.
Oh, God. Anyway.
Yeah, but I don't see Puff doing that.
But
Especially this is his last, because this is The Weeknd's last feature that he's doing. Allegedly.
he says that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's Puff. So I'm confident always in that regard. I think he has, if not the best ear, second best ear in music. So I'm always rooting for Puff.
Mm-hmm.
I just have this weird feeling that it's going to be annoyingly sample heavy of recognizable samples that aren't even that old.
Yeah. I just hope that this album is better than Jazzy's album. Because her album was phenomenal.
That's tough because
That was a
shit
great
crazy.
that was a great album Jazzy put out. She is on this project as well, so we'll have to see what that track with her sounds like.
I mean, I definitely want to listen to it for the first time in a crack cocaine fueled sex party.
Why
It's
is
one
why is that?
because I believe in our president.
I don't know if that's like racist if you could say that.
Why can't I say that?
Because
You're saying
the
all
first,
black people
the
do
first
crack?
black president, I don't know if you get to say like
He's not the first politician to smoke crack.
he's the first black president though.
Okay.
And I don't know if I like a white boy like segueing into like just the first black president may or may not have smoked crack and sucked dick in an alley behind 7-Eleven.
That's offensive because I can't be racist. I voted for Obama.
You can still
Like
be
that's
racist.
the card there, no?
Nah. That's
I
not
thought that
where,
solves everything.
that's not where racism ends with your vote. No, it doesn't end with your vote. It doesn't end with
Can't
your
be
vote.
racist.
Yeah, no.
Black friend.
We did get a crazy clip from Tucker Carlson
Your side.
sitting down with a guy that claims that he had sexual relations with Obama and smoked crack with him. Listen, man.
Sound like a lit night to me.
I mean, first of all, is this not illegal? Is it not illegal to out somebody like being gay or bisexual? Isn't that like a thing where somebody does it, you get in trouble for that?
I could see like a
Yeah.
defamation of character.
And for those that don't know, if you've been living under a rock, this guy, Larry
A rock.
Oh,
Crack rock.
Nice.
Barack the vote.
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Remember when we
You didn't even know what it meant, really. Like, you ain't even
Yeah.
know.
No, I
bro.
still haven't.
Yeah.
That was his triangle, the
Yeah,
rock.
exactly. There you go.
Or the Never mind.
Yeah.
Larry Sinclair, who has been arrested for fraud, went to jail for being a liar.
Yeah. He's back.
He's back with Tucker Carlson and suggested that he met a young Barack. They had some cocaine. Barack ended up smoking it, and then they engaged in homosexual activity. With all that said, I don't know if Tucker would be on the hook for this, to the defamation question.
Mm-hmm.
Larry Sinclair is a con artist that's just trying to look for whatever.
Yeah.
Suing him for defamation, you're not going to get anything out of. So he doesn't really care if he's out here doing defamation. I don't know where this leads to Twitter/X for putting this out and Tucker Carlson, because there could be a lawsuit there.
Yeah, that's what I mean,
Elon was brave to put this up.
yeah, but that's, as soon as I saw this clip, I'm like, well, say this is true.
Mhm.
I don't think that you're supposed to like just go on a public platform and say, hey, someone is gay. Like, oh yeah, I had sex with this person. Like, I don't think that is legal. I think that you can actually really get in trouble for, especially the president. Former president.
I don't think with the sexuality portion there would be defamation, because that's tricky. I think with smoking crack or smoking coke, there would be a line, because there's plenty of cases
A line.
everywhere.
Sorry.
Go
This
ahead.
guy.
You're killing it, Rory. It's just
There's plenty of cases where on any platform, whether it be Love and Hip Hop to CNN, that people come on and say, I fucked this person, and it's not really defamation. Anyone can say anything when it comes to sex. I feel like the drugs, because that could be a crime. Coke was illegal, and now that's defamation, because you're saying I committed a crime
Yeah.
and I didn't. Now it's a defamation case. The sexuality thing, that's like hearsay gossip that I don't think a court would take seriously. And then I don't think that would even get dicey in this day and age. Like, why is it defamation if he says he's gay?
Like, if I'm Obama, right, and I smoke crack, cool, whatever, your prerogative.
When did he say this was? 99?
Which is crazy.
89?
99.
99 is kind of crazy to smoke coke.
89. You can understand it. I got uncles. I know what was going on.
It was a party drug. People didn't know everything.
all good.
People were smoking crack at parties, not crackheads,
Smoking crack in 1999.
Well, can we make this clear? And you know better than me. He didn't smoke crack.
Okay, he smoked coke.
He smoked cocaine.
I believe they
No
call it.
Arm and Hammer
I
around.
believe they call it freebase.
Yes.
Still,
Home of the free.
to do that in 1999,
base.
A lot of people were basing in 99 though.
a lot. I don't know about a lot. I'm not gonna say people weren't, but freebasing was an early 90s, late 80s type of thing. 99 was like, yo, you still doing that?
Again, coke to this day is normal. If he was smoking crack in 99, that is nuts.
Yeah.
Smoking coke, I don't think is that big a deal. Smoking coke now, I don't think is that crazy. It's bad. Kids, you shouldn't do it, because I know we have a large audience of young people listening right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of regular for people to smoke coke. If a line is there, sometimes someone will smoke coke.
I don't know about that. Like, I don't know if somebody would just smoke coke.
How do you
Now-
smoke
Well,
coke?
It's not
You're
really,
not really the
equivalent
demographic
smoking
of-
crack.
Coke smokers.
But like, how do you? I don't even get that.
Yeah, how do you do it?
How do you smoke?
I'm just asking for
Coke?
a friend.
For
Yeah.
real?
Yeah, give us a tutorial.
Yeah, how do you smoke?
Like, you mix it with weed or like tobacco? Like, what do you?
Yeah.
you're
Well,
not
those
just
are
gonna-
called woo-woos. You can't smoke coke and
Or
weed.
woo-woo
Those
bag.
are woo-woos.
What is it called?
I smoked one of those once by accident.
A woo-woo?
We called it a woo banger.
Oh,
When there was coke in the weed, and I didn't know there was coke in the weed.
banger.
Naturally,
Nice.
because you guys know I'm not an anxious person. I was fine with that entire experience.
Yeah.
I thought I was going
Like
to die. I was like 14.
I've dipped like the end of a cigarette butt in coke. You call it a snowball. And when you smoke that, it kind of has like a menthol effect. Your mouth goes numb, and it's kind of like it's just not like snorting it. But it's not.
Dustin do that.
You're not smoking coke. Like it never catches flame or gets lit. It's just in your gums, and it just numbs your mouth.
I can see a world where Barack, who's admitted constantly that he's a cigarette smoker, there's pictures of him smoking cigarettes.
I'm sure he's.
I
been a
can see him
snowball.
rolling tobacco and putting coke in it, and this guy who already is a con artist saying he smoked coke.
See, I've never done that. As someone that's never crossed my mind is to like bust down a tobacco, like a cigarette, and throw
Busting.
coke in it. Like,
Well,
I've never
you're
thought-
not our 44th.
Which is why had I done that,
you don't have the ambition that he had.
I could have been a president.
I just like when I hear shit like this, I just like what do people be? Why you just just sniff the coke?
No, it's
Like,
different.
what's the point of dipping your cigarette? It's like now you just looking for new ways to just do shit.
But it's
Yeah.
it's a different sensation. Like snorting is way more obviously intense and like immediate of a high. The cigarette thing is purely like a pleasure thing. It literally just numbs your mouth.
Why
it's
do you-
not like a.
Not just fucking missionary. You get bored and want to try other shit with your vices.
I don't think that's the same.
It's the exact
I
same
don't
thing.
know if
Yeah.
It's the
sex
exact same
I
thing.
wouldn't really put it there.
drugs are.
It's not even a comparable. It's the exact same thing.
Nah, I don't know.
If
about
that's
that.
something you're into, you want to try it different ways.
Yeah.
Why do you think people have different mixed drinks?
Yeah, like there's like 30 different versions of tequila cocktails. Why not just tequila's tequila?
If I'm really into Coke, I may try other ways to consume it,
Yeah.
i.e., doggy style from the side.
yeah,
Same thing, right?
I mean, I guess to an extent you're right, but
Smoke that.
how much do we believe this Larry Sinclair guy?
Not
But
at
I don't
all.
believe him at all.
How much longer do we think he'll be on this planet?
No, he's going to be around.
Because he's lying.
They should
Yeah,
send it-
I think-
Yeah.
If he was telling the truth, he'd be gone.
I think the strategy would be to keep him alive
true.
so we can clearly discredit everything he has to say. Killing him may look like that shit
They
is
should hit
true.
him with a drone strike. Obama should call one more in.
A drone strike?
Yeah.
Just for old time's sake.
Yeah.
Dust
Run
off that
back.
button.
See if he still got it.
Blow the coke off the button and hit it.
Either way, this
That's
Larry
also a sick thing that they give a speaker to the president, like when he calls like a invasion or like even with the Osama shit or drone, like they pull it up on his laptop so Obama can watch it. Like what's gonna change?
I gotta see my work.
You want to hear the audio of like the soldiers breathing?
That's
Yeah.
ASMR.
Yeah, I gotta make sure the job is done.
Yeah. You
What
gotta
is
confirm.
Obama or any president gonna do once the Navy SEALs land?
Well, he just wants to make sure that the mission is accomplished. I gotta look at it. Got to make sure that the guys are doing their job and everything goes as planned.
Yeah.
That's a
And-
lit live stream.
He's
This
the
is a sidebar.
commander-in-chief.
The president being the leader of the armed forces is one of the craziest things in the world to me.
Why is that?
Like that being one of his main jobs when it comes down to it, of what the president has real responsibility for. He's
Yeah.
the leader of the armed forces.
It is kind of funny because
We rarely have had like a military guy
exactly.
as our president, especially lately.
I mean, well, you have advisors and things like that, generals and stuff that you work closely, that the president works closely with, and they get advice from. Like, what do we do? How do we go about it? And I think the president just has to make the executive decision.
For sure. I know they have whatever that main general is called. It is just crazy that is the last call of the guy that like wasn't in combat.
The guy that just is supposed to just
Like
guys
he's
that
been
look
a
over laws.
lifelong politician that's lobbied for taxes, all this other shit. Nothing to do with strategy against enemies, foreign soil. Like it's just wild that
gets
when
to
we
make
have our
calls.
checks and balances, why in that did we give the president that power to make a military decision? I mean, back in the day, it made sense because a lot of those guys like were in the war, and that's how they become president.
Now it's
Like George Bush shot a gun in his backyard once.
Wasn't that a requirement at one point that the president had to have at least served in the armed forces?
I don't even.
I
can't
don't
quote
know,
the
but it
Constitution.
doesn't
I don't-
sound like a bad.
I think that was
I
a
don't
thing
know.
at one point. Like you had to have served, I think, as a president. Because that was one of the things when Trump became president that people were saying. They were kind of throwing that out there.
Well, I mean, he has no political experience. We could start there.
Yeah, well,
He would have went to Vietnam, but like his toe hurt,
yeah.
Yeah.
which we know is the truth.
I don't blame him.
But wait, back to
I would
Larry.
lie too.
Back to him briefly. Has someone, just to make this about us, has someone lied on your dick?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, not a guy though.
Not on my nose though. No one's accused me of doing drugs I haven't done.
Like a guy lying on your, like a guy saying like he like gave you head. Got to be one of the craziest things to kind of
Imagine waking up to that.
Yeah, like imagine you open your phone and they like, yo, you see what's going on? You're like, nah, what happened? Yo, some dude just had an interview with Elliot Wilson, and
That would be.
yeah, you know they gotta go to E-Dub. Yo, he just said, you know what I mean? Like he gave you head one night after the Knicks game. It's like, what?
And then B-Dot would make a president list.
Yeah. But that's fucked up though. Like, think about it. Like, if that's not true, that's fucked up to put on a heterosexual man's jacket.
Here's the thing. I'm sure Michelle is extremely used to lies being made up about her husband, served as the first lady for 8 years, did the campaigns with him prior to that, served with him when he wasn't president. She's used to bullshit being said about her husband.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little different, though.
This is a lot different.
This one, I'm sure she was like, I don't believe that shit. But I know in the back of Barry's mind, he's like, I really hope my wife
doesn't believe
this shit.
Yeah, because your wife has to she has to question it.
Does she?
Absolutely. Because who makes up a lie like that? Like, that's why
Crazy
to me this is
con
crazy.
man, this guy.
Yeah, but that, bro, we there's been some crazy lies. Like, this one though is like, to go at the president with this type of lie, or the former president, that's a big lie, bro. This is like the former president.
But this is a lie since 2008. He talked about this in 2008. He went to some press conference to tell this lie long enough for the police to realize he was giving interviews because he had a warrant out for his arrest and he went to jail. He then said, I'm going to take a lie detector test to prove that I'm telling the truth. He failed it miserably, went back to jail. And now I don't know if there's something tied in with those love letters that came out and he's piggybacking off that, or this was tied in as a plot. But all this is nasty. And not to say Tucker Carlson has ever really had any credibility. I have complimented him on being good at his job as an entertainer. He doesn't have any credibility in my opinion. This is still, I feel like, below Tucker, which is saying something insane.
Yeah.
Like, why is this a thing?
Why now, though?
And also, don't give me, not you, but that right wing side. Oh, if this rumor happened with Trump, you guys would go crazy. No. But I thought the Stormy Daniels shit was weird too. Like, I think their sexual history is none of our fucking business and a distraction to actual real issues.
That's why it doesn't matter to me at all. But my thing, I'm paying attention to why now. Why is this coming out now? Why the love letter? Why Larry Sinclair is back in the media? Why? Because we know none of this is like, there's a strategy here. There's a play going on here. This is not just because it's a regular weekend.
Yeah.
There's something happening.
Well, I mean, if not even true or not, it doesn't matter. But I think all of this speculation is like to discredit, obviously to stomp on Obama's legacy, but also to discredit the Democratic Party.
And he's tied to Biden already. Like, it just adds more distractions and smears.
It's just
but even let's say all this is true.
Gives a fuck.
Who cares?
Oh, no, we know nobody cares about anything anymore. Like, you can hear, I was talking to my homeboy the other day, not that I wish it happened or anything like that, but I was saying a president can be assassinated right now. The American president can be assassinated, whoever it is. I'm not going to say Biden, Trump, whoever the president is can be assassinated
Trump
now. And I think that nobody will be talking about that shit in a month. Because you know what I think?
No one talking about it.
Because you know what I think they'll do? I think we'll get the aliens.
wait.
Sorry.
They're gonna find.
Wait, I'm kind of on board with you so far, but explain it more.
Because listen, the president gets assassinated.
Okay.
Global news, right? U.S. president gets assassinated.
Probably
global news.
Biggest news, period.
Right? But now,
unless Kylie's dating someone.
But now, if we get the first alien, they give us the first alien sighting interview.
Bibble.
Who's talking about the president assassination after that?
I hope they ask the alien about the assassination, because I have some questions. Where were you, Bibble, on that day?
I'm just saying. Like, think about it. Like, we don't.
What's your alibi, Bibs?
Some of the craziest shit we've ever seen, that's crazy. We don't even talk about it after a few days anymore. Because it's something else now in the cycle that's like, has our attention, that's like, oh, that's crazy. But it's like, no, the president just got assassinated 2 weeks ago.
Well, also at this time, a lot of people, no one cares about the president the way that they used to care, if that makes sense. I feel like the president used to be such a staple and a figure. And I think after Trump, because so many people didn't take him seriously, people just don't care about the president. Like, nobody gives a fuck about Joe Biden, Democrats or Republicans. Nobody cares.
But even with with the teams, yes. When JFK got assassinated, I remember because I was there. From what I understand, the whole country did mourn whether you were Democrat or Republican. Even if you disagree with JFK, there was still more of a love for country.
Yeah.
Now, if Biden gets assassinated, the right is going to celebrate. If Trump got assassinated, the left would celebrate.
You wouldn't even need to assassinate Biden. Just like make him walk up a flight of stairs.
That's a lazy hit.
It's a waste of a bullet.
Like, just be patient.
Yeah. Just wait till tomorrow morning.
His clock is on. The clock is on. Don't just give it some time. He doesn't have much of it left.
But I don't know. I guess I'm taking back that small positivity I gave Tucker Carlson when he got fired from Fox. And I was happy he was talking about 9/11 conspiracy shit. He had a huge platform. I thought it was cool that someone like that was able to talk about shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're the shade room. Like, this is not important. Tucker could be, even if I don't agree with some of the politics he does with news, he could still be doing news.
Mm-hmm.
He has a following and a voice, and he's great at delivering it, period. Whether we agree with him or not. This is gossip. This is shade. This is political shade room shit that the biggest newscaster is attempting to do. Granted, he also talked about the transgender Eminem. So I'm not saying anything's above him, but he had an opportunity, especially with Elon, to actually do some good with news. And this is bullshit. Well, true or not true?
He did some good news. He had Dave Portnoy on as well from Barstool.
Shout out to Dave.
Shout out to Dave. Dave had a video going viral where he does his pizza review, where he goes around the country to different pizza shops.
One of my favorite platforms.
And he tries the pizza, he rates the pizza. But we got to look into Dave a little bit. I don't know if he has the correct taste buds to really be doing this. Like, you got to give a taste buds test.
Why not? He's trying to.
Like, what if Dave's taste buds are terrible?
Well,
we don't know. Nobody tested his taste buds.
In Dave's defense, he does explain his favorite type of pizza, why he likes it, and when judging it, can say, this is not my type of pizza and this is why. I appreciate that. He doesn't make his rating like, I'm rating it because I like crispier pizza. And this isn't that. But if you are into that, try it.
Right.
So I don't think, we don't know his taste buds. And, it's a weird transition from Obama. I don't know how we would figure out what his taste buds were like.
Maybe Obama can do he can taste Coke.
Okay.
He can be like, yo, this is some A1 work right here.
Yeah.
He can be that guy. Dave can continue tasting pizza. And then you open a spot where you can buy pizza and Coke.
Yeah.
And
Bring the world. A lot of pizza places probably sell Coke as well,
allegedly. Yeah. But I did like this
weird,
one review
the connection that we could do with politics and pizza.
Yeah,
and things they sell.
The last review that Dave did, Dragon Pizza, I believe, was in Boston.
Yeah, somewhere in Massachusetts.
And the owner of this pizza shop came out and to let Dave that he did not appreciate being judged off of one bite of pizza. He said it was unfair. You can't really, judge a pizza based off of one bite, and it hurts small businesses if he gives it a bad review. To Dave's credit, he has done this and actually raised money for these pizza spots, has shined light on them. Business has upticked in a lot of these places.
He raised a lot of money during COVID for small businesses.
I think he said $50 million or something like that.
For small business.
Put up a lot of his own money.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers then, I think, matched whatever he did. I thought that was one of the best things that came out of the pandemic as far as business went.
Yeah.
What they did. So salute to them for that. But I kind of understand the Dragon Pizza guy to some degree. I think him making a whole mockery was a little attention seeking, and he knew what he was doing, and he hasn't stopped on his IG about this review. He was excited for this.
Well, do you don't think that Dragon Pizza's business has boomed since then?
They have.
It has, just because Dave has a huge audience that loves him, but with that comes a huge audience that hates him. So the people that hate him are going to support Dragon Pizza. But with that said, he's wrong with his description of why he dislikes Dave. One bite, everyone knows the rules, is the platform. That is satire.
Yeah.
Right.
If you watch it, that's the running joke. It's not one bite. He has pretty much a good majority of the slice, does the crust. That's a joke.
Spoiler.
So for him to say, I've seen his reviews, spoiler on Dave eating pizza. To say he's seen the reviews and that's not a professional review. I like real food critics. One bite is not a way to critique something.
Mm-hmm.
He's right, but that's not what Dave's reviews are.
No.
So that's where he's wrong. But I see his point as well, though. I should have some say in a food critic with a huge platform being able to go into my restaurant, buy pizza, stand outside, and give a critique. I think it'd be dumb for him to say, don't do it. But I think he should have that choice.
I think that is fair. Why not?
That's fair.
Either way, business is gonna go up. If the pizza is terrible, like, okay, that's your decision. That's your point of view. You feel like the pizza's bad. I think he said it was too much Parmesan on that pizza. People don't like Parmesan.
I like Parma on my pizza.
Dragon Pizza may be your spot.
I'm probably not gonna go to Somerville, Mass, but you know.
Yeah, but if Dave said this has too much Parmesan, you like Parmesan, you might be like, oh shit, I gotta go try that. So that's why, to me, it's like it's not nothing to get upset at him about. And it's like, listen, if you don't like it, cool. Somebody else loves Parmesan. A lot of people love Parmesan. I don't particularly love it, but some people do. So I don't think that this is a bad thing for small businesses. I think that this is a good thing. Obviously, Dave has raised a lot of money for small businesses, and the platform is huge. It's free promo, whether it's good or bad. This did great for the guy. He got into it. This went viral. So I'm sure people are going there. It would be great if the guy still wearing that same Star Wars shirt. I would never take that shirt off.
In Dave's defense, it is really small.
Yeah, I would never take that shirt off.
That's an Urban Outfitters small that went through the dryer.
The zoom in was perfect.
It's the tuck in though. Why does he have it tucked in?
Yeah, because it's too little.
That's
why.
It doesn't hang.
It's gonna be a crop if you don't.
Nah, I better be some more shirt under.
No, but
it better be some more t-shirt tucked in. That better not be it right there.
No, I think he went an extra belt loop just to keep that small shirt in those pants. I think that shit is.
I think if he bends over, it's popping out.
100%.
Oh, yeah. All the seams.
I think if he takes a wrong left, it's coming out the front.
Well, either way, this was a good look for Dragon Pizza, whether Dave liked the pizza or not. So shout out to Dragon Pizza. Shout out to the guy that owns it.
It's just misplaced too, because there was another viral review years and years ago. I think it was Goodfellas Pizza in Kentucky, where they kicked Dave out when he was in the middle of doing the review. They were very rude to him, in Dave's defense. And he gave it like a 0.0. It went viral. They didn't lose any business.
Of course not.
So to say he is ruining small businesses when
that's just objectively not
but
true.
when in like absolute reality, he's not only raised money for all small business, not just pizza.
Yeah.
The amount of pizza spots that are now thriving forever based off Dave's reviews is you can't even count.
Yeah.
And even if he gives like a mid review, it doesn't encourage people to be like, oh, I was going to go there. Now I'm not. Because it's all very location based. So I don't understand how that could even ruin someone. Say there's just some random shit in Kentucky that is an actual 6.0.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to go to Kentucky to get pizza to like begin with.
Right.
So it kind of goes on deaf ears when it's not an incredible review. Like nothing happens.
Best pizza spot in New York for you?
I mean, Gabby's has my heart. I don't think it's the best, but it's the most nostalgic. I'm a Joe and Pat's guy on First Avenue. Started in Staten Island, but Joe and Pat's for me is one of my favorites.
I
John's
like
a Bleecker is great too.
Lucali's in Brooklyn.
I've never had it.
Is some
I'm
really, really good pizza.
Privileged like you.
And then, of course, on 207 Uptown, Dykeman, everybody in the city know that that's still some of the best pizza in the city you can get.
But to me, and we've had this convo, New Haven is the best pizza.
Yep.
They do.
New Haven?
It's random, but true.
It sucks. It pains me to have to say that. So you know this is coming from a real place. I don't think there's any pizza on earth better than Sally's in New Haven. Like I don't think I've ever had close.
I don't think I've ever had it.
Next time we have to go up 95 for legal reasons, we'll stop there.
All right, so I didn't think it was gonna happen, but it happened. Drake announced that For All the Dogs, his new album will be dropping September 22nd.
You knew. You were just trying to, kill the rumors to start the anticipation. You were part of the rollout.
No. I'll be honest. I thought he was gonna wait until the tour was over to put this out. Because again, people that went to the previous shows are going to be so pissed if he performs any of these new records at these last few shows. Because it's like, bro, you could have put this out before the tour started.
I don't think he'll do as many records from this on the tour as you think.
I don't think he would. But again, to me, that's why it's, first of all, Drake is an artist. He can drop whenever the fuck he wants. People are going to stream it, buy it, download it. He's just in that world where it doesn't matter when he drops. But to me, it didn't make sense to me, I thought, for him to drop it while he's on the road still, because naturally people are going to be listening to the new project and they're going to be anticipating at the show like he may perform this new record that everyone is loving right now off the new album. So I thought that he would wait at least another month, because I believe the tour's over mid-October. I thought he would wait another month before he put it out. Maybe the last show in Toronto, drop the album. It's October. October's very own, playing to the whole thing. I thought that's what he would drop it. But September 22nd is the date that he announced. And I will say this. I think that this album has to be Drake's classic rap album.
We say that every Drake album.
It doesn't.
Not rap album, though.
We do.
This has to be the classic rap, because we know Drake is one of the greatest artists ever. He's one of the best rappers ever. He has all the accolades, all the achievements. But people still don't feel like Drake has a definitive classic rap album. Take Care, rapping on it, but a lot of R&B on it as well.
Yeah, but that's what makes him so...
He's one of the greatest artists ever. We know that. I'm talking about rap. I think that the people that love Drake for his rap, this needs to be that definitive, like he is giving you bars all
He's
over
not gonna
this
do that.
rap album for Drake. I feel like this needs to be his definitive. I have now given y'all the classic rap album. Put that to bed. There's nothing else you can say about
I mean, he addressed it with Elliot and B-Dot that he knows he could go in with 40 and get the best rap beats and give you 10, just a classic, straight to the point. But he has too wide of a fan base that he has to feed with every project. So that's just not even something that's capable for him. But the way he has been doing like experiments with Honestly Nevermind and just throwing out the 21 Savage album, that's incredible. There's a world where maybe that does happen.
I think so.
But based off Yachty saying that it was very modern, I don't know if you get I'm not saying it can't be a classic. I don't know if it would be under the quote unquote rap nerd classic if it sounds super modern. It could still be a classic. I just don't know if, the quote unquote gatekeepers of nerdy hip hop will be happy about it unless it's all soul samples.
They'll never be happy with a Drake rap album.
Oh, yeah, unless it's Doom and Ghostface together.
Yeah, they're not going to be happy.
There's no point. So I don't know. I'm excited. I don't really want to speculate too much because who the fuck knows?
Well, Yachty's in charge of his PR. Yachty has been on a PR run.
He's been a good friend.
He's been on an OD PR run. Like
Yachty seems like a really good friend.
He got his OVO tattoo and then just went crazy with it.
He said this is a high energy album. There's a lot of performance. He says Drake does some of his best verses he's ever heard. He has controversial opinions on there. And then he goes, well, Drake can't make music like he used to because he says he's not going through that anymore. His heart isn't broken. He's not in love. He's just in a different place. That's what Yachty said.
That's a best friend. I love that the two reviews we have are from his best friend and his father. So we know everyone's being really objective.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis says, I had the pleasure of sitting in my son's dressing room and listening to this new album, and I must say that it is some of the best music that I've ever heard him do. So, I mean, we know best friend, dad, objective. We can assume it's the greatest album of all time.
Yeah, if Drake's dad is anything like my dad, then that's real, because my dad will let you know. Like, that was terrible. My dad is the total opposite. He don't give a shit who it is. He's like, oh, that's just okay, cool, but that shit was trash. So, I mean, hopefully Dennis is right. I love the fact that he used one of Dennis's old performance videos.
Yeah, I thought that was dope.
As a rollout. Cool. That was pretty dope of Drake to do that.
Dennis can sing.
Huh?
He can sing.
He's talented as fuck.
Yeah. So the 22nd, we have to wait and see what it sounds like if Drake gives us this rest for all the dogs.
I'm hyped. I'm ready.
For more recent shit, if you're listening to this on Friday, September 8th, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Bongos. I assume that has to do with the percussion on the song, not to do with their asses. Predictions.
About how the record sounds?
Predictions, Mal. You think they'll talk about their vagine?
No, I think this will be more a socially conscious record. I think that's really what everyone's focused on right now. And
they're going to go like really Baby Keem and Kendrick on it?
Well, they gave us WAP, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Bongos maybe those are titties?
Yeah. They're just going through the anatomy.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the Magic School Bus.
Yeah. This is their schoolhouse rock.
Again, I don't want to get too much into this. I'm sure it's going to sound like the good records that
this is for the Demarises of the world, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I cried when I saw this.
Are you mad that they didn't put this out?
A tear came on my eye. Like, I'm ready.
Okay.
This is my Mr. Carter.
Are you mad that this wasn't like out for the summer?
Fam.
Am I mad that this wasn't out for the summer? I mean, kind of, but I don't know. We'll see. They said it's not going to sound like you think it's going to sound. I think it's going to be Afrobeat adjacent, honestly.
That was my guess too, which I kind of hope it's not, but I see them going in that direction as well. Let me ask you, because you do speak for all women, every single woman in the world.
Women, literally no women agree with me. But go ahead.
Not even Yomi. Not even Yomi.
Like no one agrees with
My
me.
mom does.
Do you think they were?
Yeah, his mom agrees with me.
Do you think they were scared of Sexy Red and this record's been done, and they wanted to wait till the summer was over to not be in that conversation? Speculating, I don't know.
I mean, it's a possibility. I wouldn't be surprised, but I also think that it was timed. I think if anybody held it, it was Meg. And the reason why I say that is because waiting for Tory to get sentenced, and I think she just wanted to be done with that part of her life so that it did not overshadow and enter into any of her other headlines. So I think if anybody pushed it, it was Meg. But yeah, that's the Sexy Red conversation is a possibility. But also they said they had a very high budget video, kind of like how WAP was a very high budget video, and those things.
Both these women are always going to have high budget videos.
But I mean, higher than usual. Like WAP was a higher, it costs more than the rest of them.
All right. Second question, we can wrap up the Cardi and Meg thing. As someone that is, I think, the leader of what's Cardi's gang called?
I'm the leader I'm the leader of both Bardi Gang and the Hotties.
I'm going to speak from what some would think would be a Barb POV.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is this an extremely safe move for Cardi? And is this a little desperate that she has to go do a song with Meg because the formula worked so well with WAP and had to lean back on that to continue her rollout?
But what?
Is it a rollout? What is she rolling out for?
I didn't say Barb's makes sense.
Her album's coming next year, but she wouldn't need to lean on that because after WAP, she did Up, and Up went #1 as well.
Well, she just did a whole mess of other things after that too.
I never said Barb's makes sense.
No, I didn't say Barb.
Rory saying he hates women.
Hey, watch that.
I'm saying like she's done
You
other
got the
stuff.
pink on today.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's had other #1 songs after WAP.
Yeah.
So y'all know what I'm asking.
What?
When's the album?
She said next year.
Next year?
She said that 4 years in a row.
Soon.
Is this a Cardi B song?
She said next year.
WAP was a Cardi and Meg collab.
It's a collab.
I think if you go to streaming,
WAP was actually a Cardi song, but they did it together as a collab, but it's actually a Cardi song.
I'm not even saying.
What does that mean as a collab?
So I'm not even saying that it was primary artist.
Primary artist, yeah.
On streaming, if it's a primary artist, it'll say both the artists below it rather than Cardi WAP featuring Megan Thee Stallion.
No, it says. It says Cardi B featuring Megan.
It does now. Okay. Yeah. At some point when that came out, I felt like that was. They really pitched that as a collab
but
song.
No, it was a Cardi song.
Like that was their Watch the Throne.
So WAP is going to be on Cardi's album?
I wouldn't think so.
I know Up is. They said that Up is confirmed to be on there. I think WAP might be confirmed to be on there as well, which means that she's gonna go she's gonna.
They're gonna put that old ass song on the album.
That's crazy.
But this is what I'm saying. That's why, I know the game changed with the streaming era. I know rules is different. Everything is different. But to me, I don't jack that because it's like WAP, cool. We know that was a big record, Up, big record. But if your album comes out a year from now, those records came out last year.
2 years ago.
Shit, last year WAP was like
2020.
Yeah, WAP was 2020.
Like, come on, fam.
Up came out 2 years ago. Yeah,
like what we, you know what I'm saying? Like I get it, but it's like don't do that. Like let those records cool. The records, big records, dope records, had everything shaken to those records cool. But to hold those records over for almost 2-3 years and put them on your album, I don't like that.
She's gonna get a lot of criticism for it for sure, and I don't blame the critics for it.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Did Cardi
give us something new? Did Cardi what?
Confirm that WAP?
Oh, I don't know. I'm asking.
I saw some articles about it.
I think it would behoove Atlantic not to put that on the album.
Yeah, I don't think
they should. No, I'm saying they should from a strategic point of view, they should like reinject it into the DSP. I mean, just think about it optically. Like it exists on DSPs, but by adding it to an album that everyone's adding, you're kind of more or less, it's the same ISRC, which means it has the same fingerprint, but you're pretty much re-injecting it into the DSP cycle. Exactly. So it will get a bump.
No, of course. And
so it makes sense for them to do it.
Does, but I think
optically it looks dumb.
Optically it looks nuts and weird.
And artistically, like who's gonna listen to that in the flow of the album when it comes on?
They'll put it at the end.
You'd be surprised because I will.
More often than not, and especially it's not like sequencing really matters on her albums. No, that's not a knock, but like they don't. It's all single records.
Yeah.
But like if you're running through the album, it will come on. People listen to it. Yeah. The odds of it getting streamed are way higher if it's on there.
And they usually put it at the end anyway.
Like that. Like when I'm listening to an artist album and it's a song on it that's been out for a while, I skip it.
It'll probably be, to Demaris' point,
it'll probably be the last song on an album.
Yeah.
They do that. That's what they usually do.
So 2024. Hopefully.
I don't work for Atlantic, but that's what I'm getting.
No, I'm just saying. I know
you work for Cardi though.
Yeah, I know you would hear when she said that album was coming. So I didn't hear when she said that album was coming. So 2024.
She said soon.
Soon, whatever.
Would, so subjective. With how she's going with the feature runs, then I would assume that it's coming. If not at the end of this year, then top of 2024.
Than any other.
I don't think she wants it anywhere near Nicki's album, which comes out, if I'm not mistaken, in October or November.
I think a good promo piece would be Cardi playing the album for Mal early.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, Cardi, let's do that, Cardi.
I think that would be fun. Now, do we think Mal would be objective, or do you think he would look like when
you in the Jim Jones
when I was in Jim Jones session of just all the scrunch faces? Which, in my defense, once everyone heard that album, they were like, "All right, we're gonna back up off you." It's a crazy album. El Capo deserved every facial expression I gave in that studio session.
No, if I'm listening to the project with Cardi, like, you know, I would be objective to it. Like I would be like,
you wouldn't be in the studio. They play that, and then she'd be like, "What you think?" You'd be like, "Eh." You would not do that.
He would never do that.
I might not say "eh" because that's just not my thing. But I would give her like real time like critique of the song that I just heard. Yeah.
You're gonna be fair because when I put Point Me to the Sluts on, you was like, turn that shit the fuck off. Yeah, and that was actually a great Cardi verse.
Yeah, but I think that it just wasn't the environment. It's all about where you listen to music. Like that's not like for here, that type of song.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but what if behind the camera while you guys were filming this promo piece, Offset was cleaning his legal firearms?
Yeah, true.
And then brought him
that's a good way to.
I mean, they jam. If you
exactly.
know,
so you keep them clean. You know, we never know when you got to use
just in case.
Wouldn't do nothing to me. But yeah, I would give Cardi like real critique and like constructive, you know, thoughts about the music. Like I'm a hip hop fan. I don't care what it is. If I'm listening to it, it's dope. It's dope. I don't give a fuck whose song it is.
So
I just want the album. I just want to hear more music from Cardi. Like
so you being objective, was you arguing me down off camera that Paint the Town Red is a better song than WAP?
I think it is a better song.
Yeah, she did it solo.
It may not be a bigger record. It may not, but I think that just like the song, I think it's a better song. I do.
Wait, from what perspective though?
That's what I was wondering.
I would listen to Paint the Town Red personally. I'd go back to it. Like I would listen to it in the car.
Yeah.
WAP is a better song though. Like
what do you, like as far as artistically it's a better song?
But I don't think my taste defines what the better record is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just my personal taste. I can listen to Paint the Town Red, but I can clearly know that WAP was the better song. That song is undeniable.
What do you mean it's undeniable?
It's like an undeniable song.
You can't deny that record? The shit.
Yes, it's a smash record. There's no critique on that song unless you're the weird Republican Jewish guy that wife broke down why you shouldn't have a wet pussy.
Okay.
I don't know what that guy's name. I don't know what
I remember.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mark said I don't know what the algorithm.
That was the whole thing
like
we talked about. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And then Candace Owens said Cardi B was ruining the children.
Yeah.
Who's the Jewish version of Candace Owens? He speaks really fast. It's like, you know when you put your podcast thing in 1.5x by accident?
Yes.
That's how fast he talks. You guys know who I'm talking about.
I have no idea.
So many people critiqued WAP that I couldn't keep up with all the haters, honestly.
But back to the point.
But the point is, me and Mal got into this argument because
Ben
apparently...
Shapiro.
Thank you.
Ben Shapiro?
One of the biggest YouTubers.
That's debatable. But yeah, Sexy Red. Mm-hmm.
So... Mal, the thing came up that Doja Cat's Paint the Town Red breaks the record for most streams in a single day for a female rap song in Spotify history with 7.5 million streams in a day. It surpasses WAP that has 7.1 million by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. And Julian came and was like, aha, Paint the Town Red is bigger than WAP.
Is that what he did?
Yes.
I did, because it is. We
Yes.
read
You
one.
said, aha.
Yeah.
You can throw that in there. I'm not mad at that. I'll own that.
So Maul was like, well, yeah, that's because it's a better record. And I was like, skirt, record scratch. You a fuck ass lie.
I don't think you had to do both, but you could.
Like, nah, you a lie.
Yeah,
WAP is
Skirt.
Yeah.
the verses are like, let's not get this bullshit off. Paint the Town Red is a very catchy song. I like the song. Y'all know I'm a Doja Cat fan. Doja's verses in that do not compare to Cardi and Megan's verses. Even if they're rapping about pussy and sucking dick and how fat their asses is and taking niggas' money, you might not like the subject matter, but the bars and the way that the bars were delivered, like Rory said, are undeniable. Doja's verses do not hit with WAP.
Well, they hit more, actually, statistically.
That's always going to be, but that's a whack point to make.
That is a super whack point.
Because you can't say just because the numbers is streaming better, it's like a better song. Like me personally, I think that Paint the Town Red to me, and it's always subjective, has more replay value than WAP. For me personally, I can't be banging WAP like.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that it's a better song. Though.
For me, it's subjective.
No.
To me, it's a better song.
That's to you. You like one better.
Yeah,
you like one better. That does not mean it's a better. No. That's
to me,
different.
To him, it's a better song.
To me, it's a better song. I'm not saying I speak for everybody in music history.
Yeah.
To me,
no, you do.
I probably do.
No, you do.
To me, it's a better song.
Here's a fun stat. For the 5th year in a row, Doja Cat holds the most streamed solo female rap song. That's really impressive.
Why?
Yeah, she's a superstar.
I hate
No,
that.
I was like, just to
She's a pop star.
5 years in a row.
I hated that Vegas.
But these are rap records.
All right, to more like actual hip hop news.
That's hip hop. What you talking about?
What did I say that out loud?
You're saying women
Wow.
are hip hop?
Wait, I didn't say.
That's fucked up.
I thought that in my head. I thought one of you guys were going to
Nah, that's
transition to
fucked
the
up.
next.
No, it's cool.
Fucked up.
No,
That's cool. We get it. You hate women.
That's cool.
the future
yeah.
isn't female. It's fine.
Well,
let's see.
that's actually offensive. The future is they, whatever they wants to do. Can't just be female.
Future's female, whether you're
Oh,
a female
brother.
or not.
No, but like, it's for everyone.
Yeah.
Future is them.
Teacher.
So this version of a leaked version of Kendrick Lamar's Element song hit the net last night, and
The net. Put on your age.
what do they call it now? Social media?
It's the U.S. Open tie-in. Good job, Maul.
Yeah,
Hit the net.
Yeah, it's a let.
It hit out algorithms last night. Whatever.
Took you a while because you had to do your dial up and it did.
Yeah, I'm still
Woke up everyone in your house.
Yeah, and somebody called. I had to hang up, try it over. But this is why I don't like the AI thing, because when songs like this come out, whether it's real or not, we have to speculate.
It is real.
How do you know that?
This is not confirmed that it's real. I'm bugging.
I've seen both sides.
We don't know, but
And that's my thing.
just my my gut feeling
Sounds pretty real.
feels like it's not AI. I feel like this is really just a verse that was scrapped on Element.
Yeah, but we know Kendrick, that camp over there is pretty tight when it comes to music.
Is it?
Getting out.
Yeah.
If this is real, was it intentionally
Leaked.
put out?
What would the intentions be?
That's what I want to know. Like, why? Like, again, you got to watch the timing of a lot of this shit. Like, what's happening? Why would this drop now? Why would this leak now? If it is real, I don't think it's real.
Well, people are saying it's been circulating since 2019.
Oh, so
This is my first time.
I don't remember that, but there's reports of it, of people saying that it's existed since then.
I have never heard this until last night.
So he's quote unquote taking shots at Jay Electronica, Big Sean, Drake. I saw in the headline
French Montana.
the Meek shit. I don't know where there was a shot at Meek.
He mentioned Meek with Drake.
I suppose. I don't think we're allowed to play a snippet of this because just the beat
Just
on
in
Element
case.
is protected
Yeah.
copyright.
Yeah.
But Maul, I feel like you'd give a really good rendition of this verse.
Okay, I'll try.
Do it in Kendrick voice.
yeah.
I can't.
Why?
First of all,
Big Sean keeps dissing.
Sneak dissing.
I let it slide.
if it came out that Kendrick was an alien, I wouldn't be surprised.
We was on both sides.
Let me just put that out.
I'm not blood crip.
I was
Yeah,
raised in
like
a...
if Kendrick was an alien, I wouldn't be surprised. I was like, I knew it. I knew it all along. So in the Element track, he says, "Big Sean keep sneak dissing. I let it slide.
Sound like Kendrick.
I think his false confidence got him inspired. I
Mm.
can't make him respect you, baby. Baby, it's not my job. You're finally famous for who you date, not how you rhyme.
boy.
That's actually
boy.
Cute ass raps get your puberty up. Make
Get a classic album before you come at us. Drake and Nick Beefy.
beef.
Yo, you got to be in his cadence.
Mike got you gassed up, but I'm in a whole nother beast. I'm a whole nother beast.
I'm really fucking you up.
But that wasn't a people got that.
Really
that
good.
wasn't a Drake or Meek Mill diss. That was him. He dissed Big Sean that whole verse.
Well, the problem is like if you just say people's names, they'll be like, "Oh,
That's already
you." That's
It's
a
a
diss.
diss. It's a diss. Put my name in the diss record, even if you're not dissing me, it's a diss.
Oh, why'd this article cut out the JLX shot right before this? I think he called him a false prophet.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he said
allegedly.
Jay Electronica threw silencers on my Grammy night. Another dead prophet, hoping the God will forgive him.
I
And
mean,
French Montana speaking on my interviews, very cynical, dry hitting something I don't approve.
Like these are elementary bars. Elementary.
Elementary is hell.
Elementary.
These are elementary bars.
Elementary.
it's like the documentary.
She's
Yeah,
elementary.
Oh, any Terry words be fucking Demaris.
Who's Terry?
Who is Terry?
Yeah, who's Terry?
Little Terry.
My people from Syracuse have
You let
already
Terry bone?
confirmed we all say those words like
It doesn't make
Y'all
All wrong.
Okay,
yeah.
no.
Wrong.
They should have taught you that in elementary school.
It's a local whatever. It's a local, like it's just the way that we pronounce certain words.
No, I get it. But
Like,
it's
at the end
it's
of
just
the
funny.
day.
Elementary is
Y'all say
It works
New
in a
Yorkers
rap
say
battle.
certain shit wrong too, and people would tell you
Like
that
what?
y'all
What do
say
you
it
say
wrong.
wrong?
Name one.
Anyway,
everything I say.
I'm not gonna get into it.
I got to confirm with Stove God, but I'll ride with you.
Oh,
Here we go.
you know him?
I met him at Coachella.
Oh, okay.
We said hi, so now we're friends.
You wouldn't meet him.
That's how this
Fam.
works.
Oh, that he's
big-
fam.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, right.
Coming to Thanksgiving. He's cooking, ironically.
No, all right.
I understand why they scrapped this.
I do too.
This is corny.
It was ass.
Coming off control, it that starts to feel like a weird stick. Outside of the Big Sean thing, everything is really pointless.
You think Kendrick is mad that this leaked?
No.
If it's real?
Oh, actually, I think he's upset because now he may be judged as we've never seen Kendrick in a real beef. And that's always kind of been the one asterisk we put on his name,
Mm-hmm.
that we don't really know how battle tested he is when it comes to raps.
Mm-hmm.
This being a representation, even though it's scrapped, which I think is unfair, they didn't put it out. So you can't put it on his jacket. It's the internet. They're going to put it there. Look what happens when Kendrick tries to diss people. Even though I thought his bars towards Sean were pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else was kind of light, but why bother?
Mid.
And that's why I think it was scrapped, because now it's like, all right, Kendrick's trying to do Control again.
Yeah, it was just,
It's-
I think it was
it's
just
weird.
a bullshit ass.
I would have just focused just on those Sean bars and left everyone else out of it, because Sean that year,
tapping.
no more interviews dropped. Like Sean was shooting at Kendrick.
I don't think that people give Big Sean enough credit.
I love Big Sean.
Right.
No More Interviews is one of my favorite records of that year.
Like, I think if we saw an actual Kendrick, Big Sean, like, I want to call it beef, but if they traded bars back and forth, people would be very surprised at how well Big Sean, like, handles himself.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, Kendrick is obviously, people think Kendrick is the better rapper than Big Sean. Okay, cool. But I think that people are really, like, counting Big Sean, like Kendrick will kill you. And I'm just like, I can't just say that, because I'm aware that Big Sean can really, really rap. And I think that if people saw Big Sean and Kendrick go at it, not saying Big Sean wins,
Oh, I don't think it's a
but I
clear
think
slide at all. Like,
I think he gains the respect of a lot of people that have already counted him out. Like, you don't want that problem with Kendrick. And I'm looking at people like, why do y'all just say that about Sean like that? Like, I don't understand why people always just write him off like, you don't want that problem.
well, they did their back and forth of like throwing subs with ad libs,
Mm-hmm.
but then Sean on No More Interviews did that. I hate rappers that rap really fast, and then you play it back after their asthma attack. They didn't even say shit, which was a clear shot.
Mhm.
Whether Sean says it or not is not my business.
Mhm.
That was a clear shot at Kendrick,
Right.
and we knew it
Eminem.
was.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was a shot at They were going back and forth.
Yeah,
It may apply.
it does.
It applies, but Sean, I think, did a song with Eminem that year.
No, I know. I'm just
Oh.
the Detroit side of Sean would never, I feel like, say something like that about M. But it is funny that a line directed at Sean is also could easily be applied to a guy that he's probably idolized because he's from his city. But whatever.
Can we quickly look up, when did 6 p.m. in New York come out by Drake?
2015.
Yeah. With
As much as I enjoyed those bars against Sean, it did feel like he was kind of biting Drake's Tiger shit.
What do you mean?
Can we bring the lyrics up to Sean again?
You got to act your age, not your girl's age.
So as much as I think that's dope what Kendrick did there, and I would like to give him battle bar credit, it is very much copying what Drake did to Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at Kendrick as someone that doesn't copy people and is pretty innovative when it comes to shit. So I can see where people would put another asterisk next to his name after this leak. I don't think it's fair because it didn't go out, but you could speculate that maybe that could be Kendrick's Achilles heel.
We need a good rap battle though. Like
who would Kendrick beef with it? Like all these artists that we wanted to from that era,
it's over.
To go back and forth.
It's too much.
I do think Drake heard this and maybe didn't turn for the dogs in yet.
No,
way. He not.
I'm not saying a direct shot. Whoa. I'm not saying there's going to be a Kendrick Lamar diss record on there.
Yeah, nah.
But I think he will be throwing shots the same way he has been at Kendrick since inception.
Oh, well.
But I think there'll be some ones that aren't very sub. It won't be a direct Kendrick Lamar name, but it'll be a direct shot.
You think we're getting
just a bar?
A bar.
I think they may even drop the beat.
And for all the dogs.
Yes.
For all the dogs.
I think Drake heard this on tour and got upset. We know Drake to get upset.
Yeah, but I'm going to be honest.
I'm upset.
I don't want to hear.
He's 36.
I don't want to hear no shots at Pusha on this album.
Oh, he's
gonna do it.
I don't want to hear.
He's gonna do it.
I don't want to hear because when it was on, when it was time to really like go, it was like, nah, people interfered, jumped in. It was like, it's going to go too far.
And gave weak ass bars.
So we left it alone. Don't it reignite it now, like on an album.
He shot at Pusha on
Her Loss.
But that's what I'm saying.
That was all right.
Like I think that's we
you lost. Take that L.
Yeah,
go.
it's already now.
It's like, yo,
it's over.
The fight was called off.
Wait, he just shot at Pusha on the Travis Scott album.
That shit was weak as fuck.
Like he dedicated half the verse to him.
And that's what I'm saying. And that took away from that record though.
Yeah.
I would have rather, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, cool. But it's like, for this album, for all the dogs,
you know what?
Let's go a different way. Like, just leave it alone. Like, because when it was on and when it was time to go, it was called off. We was all hyped. We was all looking forward to it. And for whatever reason, things was called off. It was like, all right, cool. We ain't want to get too personal. Things would have got crazy. Whatever he had to say, it was like, all right, cool.
That was such a bullshit excuse.
Yeah, super bullshit.
And that whole thing.
Okay, cool. A lot of people feel like that. So what I'm saying is we don't need it on this album. Let's just leave it. Leave that and it's over with. Like, let's just give us some new shit. Go at Kendrick.
Now, you know what? I want Drake to address on this album, maybe not a direct shot, but I want him to address all rappers now talking about their feelings. Like, I think there could be some scheme he has on this project around Mr. Morale coming out. And of course, we know Kendrick has spoken about his feelings before. I'm not saying this was the first one.
Yeah.
But we had an album dedicated to direct mental health, like real feeling shit. That was the theme of that fucking album.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Drake making shots the same way he did on Lord Knows when people were getting mad at him and kind of killed everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I see him doing that on this project. Even down to throwing a shot or two at Jay with 444. Even though that's old. Like now all of a sudden, all the guys that I either watched growing up or came up with at the end of their careers are now doing what they killed me for.
Rappers can't throw shots at Jay. I think he's
Drake did.
When?
30 something.
30 for 30.
30 for 30, I'm sorry.
No, that was how many years ago was that? Almost 10 years
2015,
ago.
I believe.
I'm talking about today.
That was the final record on what it's
I think that's over with.
Mm-hmm.
I think the space Drake is in right now, he is going to address the fact that all the legends now are talking about their feelings. I think there will be a full verse dedicated to that. Specifically at Kendrick, Jay, and anyone else that is now getting in that bag.
I don't see Drake throwing no shots.
I don't think. No.
I was like, off the name of the album alone.
Did you listen to Her Loss?
Her Loss was just
it was shots on it.
It was just a diss tape.
He didn't say anyone's name, but it was just a diss
I'm
tape.
talking about throwing shots at Jay-Z.
He did it already.
On what album? You talking about 30 for 30?
When
That
he was much younger.
Yeah, but this is my point. Forgive them for they may not know. today in 2023.
They may not know. It's
In
crazy.
2023, no rapper ain't doing that.
I-
What are you gonna say about Jay?
Wait, forgive him because he was young. He made an
Something
incredible
about
point about Hove on that. You know I'm Team Hove, but Drake was, like, of course he didn't smoke him. He was whispering, but Drake went kind of crazy and made a lot of great points at the beginning of that verse when everyone's like, yo, he's dissing Meek. No, the fuck he's not. He's dissing Jay-Z.
What?
And we've been through this. And I think he did great. And we didn't hear anything from Hove after that.
Cool. What can a rapper possibly say about Jay-Z? How can he go? How can a rapper today go at Jay-Z?
50 Cent just said he looks like a gay painter.
It's not a bad shot.
That's pretty funny.
Especially in the all white
See what I'm saying?
from the party.
Like, that's not gonna get it though.
It looks like
I-
another
It made me laugh.
It's not gonna get it though.
some scaffolding.
If you start talking about how Jay-Z looks, that's not gonna get it.
Also, describing Basquiat as a gay painter is one of the 50
not-
is hilarious.
It's not gonna get it. I'm just saying. What can you say? You can't say nothing about Jay.
I started to surpass you. You had to take another avenue. This rap shit,
That's bad.
you know.
Oh, I thought you were quoting you were
No.
freestyling?
Yeah.
No.
Let's not put this on Patreon.
Yeah.
The O.
I don't want anyone to pay for that.
The O.
Wow.
No, my point. They weren't serious bars, but my point is
Oh.
Drake is.
Oh,
No way.
I
I should
literally,
have done it in the Kendrick voice.
I literally hate all of it.
Then we would have said it was AI.
Yeah.
Anyways, can we move on from I'm sorry, get your point off.
The point was that if you were saying if Drake was to pick an avenue to diss Drake, I mean, if Drake was to pick an avenue to diss Jay, he could say that he had a more successful rap career than Jay.
Does he not?
Is it
That's a
debatable?
weak bar.
I'm not saying that's. I'm saying it's debatable.
But see, it's not.
I think
fair.
the gay painter bar is way
It's not
better
fair
than that.
when you say shit like that.
a low blow like that is pretty funny.
It's not fair when you say shit like that though, because Drake he's not just a rapper. Like, Drake can make the type of songs that Jay can't. I'm just talking about rapping. Like, we know the whole ghostwriter shit and all of that. That tarnishes Drake's rap credibility to an extent.
Yeah.
Because we know he writes, obviously. But I'm just saying that people can't say that about Jay is what I'm saying. So when you say going at somebody like a rapper like Jay-Z, you got to kind of have a squeaky clean image when it comes to just rapping, and you got to be willing, you got to have like more accolades in rap than Jay. And I don't think nobody has that.
Streaming wise, Drake does.
But it's not just rap.
But you can't put that as a knock against Drake.
It's not a knock. I'm talking about rapping. I'm not talking about, we know that artist-wise, Drake is one of the greatest artists ever. We know that. Like, I'm talking about just rap. You can't know.
But where has Drake failed in his rap career?
It's not a fail. It's the whole
What are his
ghostwriter thing.
shortcomings?
Just that being on his jacket, you can't stand in front of Jay and talk spicy, because it's like, come on, fam. Nobody could ever say that about me. Nobody could ever say they wrote my rhymes. They can't say it.
But someone can just say it. That's what happened to Drake.
No.
Someone said it.
No. Come on, bro. Now you trying to like.
Is this
define
the
something.
guy that said he sucked Obama's dick and smoked crack with him?
I know you're
Anyone can say
that
anything.
guy's resume and Quentin Miller's resume are drastically different.
like I understand. You're
But I'm just
Shout out to
Listen,
Quentin because he wasn't lying.
I understand. You're a Drake fan. I'm a Drake fan.
no. I'm just
huge fan.
for argument.
There's no rapper that can stand in front of Jay-Z and talk greasy and it be like validated. It's
Nas
not.
did.
There you go. Thank you. Why does that?
Cam did.
What do the hands mean? What are you?
Yeah.
All right, so
saying? It's a
you
podcast.
said who Cam?
And
Yes.
Nas.
All right, and what happened with the Cam thing?
Everyone's friends.
No, I'm not talking. No, we not. Nobody's beefing for real. I'm just saying. Do you?
Jay-Z doesn't have a sports show.
Stop.
He owns a sports
Shout out to
company.
Cam.
Stop.
This is what I'm saying. It's just.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
levels.
bullshitting.
That's what I'm like. What are y'all saying right now? Like,
But
yes,
you
a
can't
rapper-
get that line off that rappers do not look at Jay and talk greasy because it hasn't just been Cam and Nas. There's
you.
been plenty of rappers that have been throwing shots at Jay.
No,
forever.
if you could get access to a studio, you could throw shots at Jay. That's not what I'm talking about.
Pause.
Yeah, like anybody with a microphone could upload a disc
Back
to
shots.
Jay-Z. I'm saying, does it really have any legs to stand on?
Yeah,
No, it
there was
doesn't.
a song called Ether.
Oh man.
We
come
spoke
on.
about that already. I don't even.
I'm closing the topic.
Yeah, I don't even want to go back into that.
Yeah.
I have a random question for you guys.
Okay.
I love random questions.
May
Do
come
you?
across as a hater.
You
I
love
don't
me
mind.
all?
I do.
What?
I love
But-
random questions.
Oh,
Oh,
you love me.
Not you.
This may sound like an egregious question until we kind of start looking at the timeline. Is it getting kind of quiet for Bruno Mars?
For who?
Bruno 4th planet from the sun. 5th planet.
I don't know.
6th planet.
I don't know anatomy.
We're the 4th, right?
I believe
5th planet from the sun.
No, that's where the fuck you from thinking it's quiet from Bruno Mars.
Ooh.
Has it not been quiet for Bruno Mars?
What's quiet?
24 Magic was in 2016.
24 karat.
24 karat.
Yeah, but he put out a bunch of big records and
Like what?
all the Soul Sonic shit. Leave the door open like that.
Leave the Door Open was incredible. Cool.
Leave the door
I'm
open.
not gonna
Leave the
leave-
door
That
open.
album
Smoking out the
that
window.
album had more press than it did impact.
That's
I love
Nuts.
Anderson .Paak and I like Bruno Mars.
I mean,
that
I'm not-
that album was cool.
It was good
it
music.
was
on that
cool.
album.
Yeah,
Cap.
you're right.
Good
Cap.
Bruno Mars. All right.
I think
24. I
I
keep
think
fucking up the
we
title.
spoke about it when that album
24
came out. I think
karat.
24 karat.
they waited too long to put that. Like they
waited too long to
singled
put it
us
Mhm.
or like maybe almost a year and then put the album out. Like, so I mean, maybe
Was
it
that
didn't
as
hit-
impactful as when Bruno Mars puts music out? Besides the one single,
That whole
I liked.
No,
Listen,
I don't think
it's
it
a
was.
good album, but it didn't have much impact. Of course, it's gonna have streams. It's Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak.
Yeah, but you said it's
Talented people.
quiet though.
Yes, it was.
Like
It was pretty quiet. All right, y'all not
there
gonna
was
be
still
honest.
some big songs on that
The
album.
Silk Sonic shit came and went. Are we gonna be real?
That shit was lit.
No,
That's
it did.
fucking
That's
insane.
hater shit.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
shit.
It came and went.
That
but-
kept the lights on in Atlantic. That I was at Atlantic when that shit came out. Every week,
Yeah,
it
I'm
was
not
breaking
saying that that's
records.
not going to fucking stream. I'm saying for the impactful artist that Bruno Mars is, that album came and fucking went. I'm sure it's
no,
streaming
the album
well.
came and went.
I'm not
for
talking
sure.
about business. I'm sure Atlantic loved it.
Yeah, the album came and went.
Also, we were talking in the middle of the fucking pandemic, so there weren't many outside or like
It was
in-person activations.
It was the perfect time for that album. That's
Was
why
it?
I liked it. Yeah, it was some cool in your crib R&B music. I didn't need Uptown Funk during the pandemic. I thought they made a good move in doing that. I'm saying that shit came and fucking went. It's been since 2016, Bruno Mars has been at the biggest artist ever.
Leave the Door Open came out during the pandemic. That single drop.
yeah.
Great video too. You guys think I'm shitting on that album. I'm saying that it came and went, and Bruno Mars has not been impactful since 2016.
Leave the door open. Came out.
Okay,
That's a long fuck.
But you
We're giving
can't say-
Cardi a bunch of shit.
You can't say he hasn't.
Bruno,
been-
we don't have the same energy for.
But
But
you
he's
can't
dropped
say he
like
hasn't
3-4
been
albums.
successful since 2016 when Leave the Door Open came out after that.
No. Successful is not. I never said
Or
he hasn't
impactful.
been successful.
Well, you said
Or
Not been
impactful.
impactful.
And
Leave the
Demaris-
Door Open was one of the biggest records the year it came out.
One song for someone that had like 10 songs chart in 2016
I'm
that
just saying, you
did
can't-
the Super Bowl with
Smoking
You
Out the
Beyonce.
can't
Window
say
charted too.
You
I
can't
don't-
say
you
you
just-
cannot say somebody's not impactful if they put out one of the biggest records of the year.
That was one of the biggest records of 2021.
Yes.
Leave the Door Open.
Rory.
What
Song?
Rory?
Yeah.
The album.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the
heralded
album.
Is one of the best albums.
No.
Yes.
But even if you feel like the album
Pull up
wasn't
2021
You're
top
fucking-
albums.
even if you
nuts.
feel like the album wasn't
Not
impactful,
sales-wise.
even if you feel like the album wasn't impactful, you can't say that he wasn't impactful because he had one of the biggest songs of the year.
When was the last time you have heard anyone playing that album?
I definitely.
Talking about that
No,
album.
you-
The way we talked about that album
You're
when
right.
they released the first single
You're right.
and that rollout,
You're
we
right.
thought we were literally getting the fucking new Motown.
I gave you that.
And then by
I gave you
the
that.
next week, no one talked about it.
I gave you that, but you're saying that he hasn't been impactful.
What was more impactful, Hotels or that fucking album?
Hotel.
Jasmine Sullivan. All right.
Okay, sure.
Hotels.
But that's not the argument here.
At all.
No,
You're
I'm
saying
asking in
the argument is
2021
the
was
argument
No,
is
but you're
if
saying
Bruno,
Bruno
if it's
hasn't had an
quiet.
impact since 2016.
Also, he's on tour right now. By the way,
Also,
You
hotels.
also realize how crazy that is? If Bruno Mars puts out an album the same year, and we know we love Jasmine Sullivan, but let's
Yeah.
talk about optics, numbers, machines, everything.
Yeah.
Jasmine Sullivan's comeback album had more of an impact than Bruno fucking Mars after coming off that 2016 dominance, 2015-16. If you don't see any fall off on that, you are just blind.
But that wasn't a full Bruno just by himself.
And everyone
project.
falls off.
That wasn't a Bruno project.
it wasn't a log.
That was a collab with him and Anderson .Paak. Like, you know, that was a whole different thing they was doing. Like, that's not Bruno by
Who
himself.
stunk up that album?
See, now you
Stunk
get
up
into other
that album?
Now
Like,
you
he
get into
just
other
talking,
shit.
bro.
Up
He just
that
fucking
album?
talking.
Yes.
Now you
Got a
get into other
podcast. He
shit.
tripping.
Like, I'm not gonna say Bruno stunk.
mind
that.
you,
He
the
didn't
album,
stink
the
it out.
album is certified platinum.
It's I compared
It's
to
Bruno
what Bruno
Mars. It's
did
gonna be-
before that.
Rory, just because an album disappointed you because you had higher expectations that it couldn't meet your high expectations doesn't make it a bad album.
Talk about it, Queen.
No, but in my brain, just talking to myself and no one else.
In Rory,
Okay, well, in a room full of people with like working brains,
You
like
was in your
you
house
sound
letting
crazy.
yourself have it. Like, and another thing, Bruno, you're falling off, buddy.
Yo, being in your house and letting yourself have it is fucking hilarious. Me beating myself up over Bruno.
That sounds like you was walking around the house and was like, I can't believe Bruno's falling off like this. Like, what are you talking about?
Jokes and theatrics aside, do you guys not see any point in going from 2016 to Silk Sonic and the praise that and anticipation we had for it? Numbers are going to be numbers. I keep saying that has nothing to do with my argument.
Mm-hmm.
It should.
It kind of just fell off.
To you.
No. I'll give Rory his credit because I actually was listening to this album last week. I was listening to this album last week, and I will
last week.
Yeah, I did.
What's wrong?
That's what I'm saying.
I call Cap.
Swear to God,
if you said you listen to Hotels, yes,
I
listen to Hotels.
Bro, I literally
last
tweeted that I have my ex smoking out the window. I have proof of this. Like,
that's a little Dirk
tweeted
line.
That. No, that's
wow. That's crazy.
I was with my when I was home with my niece. We played "Smoking Out the Window" came on, and she was singing.
Kids
that
love
sounds like the time when you're with your niece and you're scrambling to find a safe album, and you're like, "Oh, let me do this."
But wasn't that one of the singles?
What do you mean? The song goes this.
That don't count.
Yeah, literally the best line of this bitch. Yeah,
but
no, that song is
that don't
incredible.
count though. That don't count. That's a single.
I keep saying that song is incredible, and that song had impact. That video is incredible. I keep talking about the album.
Yeah, but Demaris saying she was playing the album is like, yo,
I love that.
Short album.
But let me preface, I'm a huge Bruno Mars fan.
Same.
I play 24 Karat Magic regularly. I played
Of course, it's incredible album.
So
that was 2016.
I might not be the average consumer when it comes to that.
I was 26 when that came out. I'm 33.
I do think that everybody was disappointed by the album.
Oh, yeah.
People had higher expectations.
I definitely did.
The album was definitely it was shorter than we thought it would be. It was really short.
I'm glad. I'd rather that.
Agreed. No,
I'd rather that than a fucking 18 track.
Oh no,
album.
for sure. Any day of the week.
Any day.
Give me 10 tracks, 11 tracks, and I'm happy.
But not when two of them are singles, and then one of that played out for a year, and then another is an intro. So then there's only 4 or 5 new songs
played out for a whole year. Just want to say that.
Talk about Cardi.
You guys still haven't disproven what I've been saying.
He's on tour right now.
Quiet. You said it was quiet for him.
He's on tour. He was just in a residency with Silk Sonic.
He's one of the biggest artists of our generation.
So where did you get quiet from? So where did you get quiet from?
He has not put out any new impactful music since 2016. One single in 2021.
You mean solo?
Solo, not at all. But even with the group, one impactful single in...
Two.
What was the second one?
Smoking out the window and leave the door open.
Leave the door open was the only impactful single of that. We all like that, but it wasn't in that.
I think 777.
What is wrong with him?
I think the 777 was the Focus Day record. I remember that.
I don't even think the one you're talking about was it was like a third or fourth single, wasn't it?
No.
So you just not so you're saying you feel like
Skate.
Bruno
I forgot.
Skate.
Yes, yeah. Like, come on, there was duds on that.
Skate.
But it was
Skate did well.
After last night was.
I know what Rory's saying.
Listen to the tone in your voice. Skating did well. We're talking about
Skating
Bruno Mars.
It was mid. All right, I'll give you that.
Skate went number 5.
The album didn't hit and didn't do what we thought.
It didn't hit Rory.
It didn't do what we thought it was gonna do. It doesn't make it a shit album.
Because Leave the Door Open was like
it's cool.
And then the Smoking Out the Window, we got those two, and then the visuals. Then they performed at the Grammys.
Lit.
It was like, yo, we about to get some shit.
For sure, I agree with Rory on that.
They were off the pack that night too.
Let me not sound like a hypocrite. If we were in Vegas and there was a residency for Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, I am paying top dollar. Like, I couldn't wait to see that.
Fair enough. I believe you.
But look at 2014, 15, 16, Bruno Mars.
2016.
And I'm not shitting on him because to maintain that level of superstardom
I see the baby
is insane. But the way we have shitted on Cardi and other artists for not putting out music for so long after they had such a crazy run, why is Bruno exempt from that?
But Cardi,
you did a tape with your friend. It was cool.
Album.
Okay, but let's also bring into because this is the same thing I brought up with the Cardi conversation. Cardi's records were still charting years after that album came out. The same thing with 24 Karat Magic. That was a long-lasting album. It might have come out in 2016, but he was winning awards in 2017. It was still charting in 2017. Like, he released other things with Cardi, speaking of, different singles and stuff. Like, he was still on the scene. So it wasn't as big of a gap. It wasn't 2016 to 2021. It wasn't that big of a gap.
Rory's saying that Bruno has not put out a 24 Karat since 24 Karat.
Solo, he hasn't put out anything.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
yes.
fine. There's your.
Okay.
That's your.
That's a
concern.
good argument.
And I'll take it to another level of posing a question of what I think that collab album exposed. You overly polished funk music, and it was cool. It's
good.
great. But you overly polished. It's too perfect. That's always my critique, and you can laugh at that critique.
He's been saying
of
for
that
years.
album.
Mm-hmm.
It's undeniable. I get it. It's overly perfect. It's annoyingly perfect.
Interesting. Okay.
He did that.
That's some
With
hating shit to say.
It is a
Let me
little
get
hating,
that
but I
out.
get what he means. I get
Saying
what he means.
somebody's song is
I get what he
overly
means
perfect.
sonically. Yeah.
No, when you're doing pop music, sometimes when it's too perfect, that's why records don't work.
Yeah,
it's
I get it.
You're literally doing
There's a
ones,
formula.
twos, numbers. Yeah, it's like. It's
But when
like,
you say-
it's almost AI.
But
of
when
how
you say
fucking
the song,
perfect it
when
is.
you say the song was overly perfect, like what do you mean by that? Like what about the
what do you
song
mean
was
by that?
overly
Like
perfect?
sonically? Like,
What do you mean by
A
that?
lot of the intangibles and feeling and purpose sloppiness in certain funk music was overly EQ'd. Like it's too everything hits too fucking perfect.
clearly
it's
it's
too
supposed to be
electronic.
it's
There's
supposed
no
to be
warmth.
commercial
There's not
grade.
any warmth in that album production wise, in my opinion. I think Bruno has a lot of warmth in his vocals. I think he is a soulful singer. But the production was so fucking perfect. Like, I know they spent so much money when they didn't need to tighten up every last fucking drum on that.
I don't know. That's
Now, I'm going to
now
say,
you keep saying this. You do sound like you hate a bit.
okay, that's cool. I'll sound like a hater.
Like,
If this is the definition of hating,
Kind of,
then I'll
because
be a
it's
hater.
like,
Critiquing an
why-
album, cool.
it's clearly commercial grade. Like the reason why it's
too,
so, but it's too tight for you. Pause.
yeah. And Bruno, I don't
Never
think
heard
needs
of
to do that.
Yo.
Now, I think similar thoughts about R&B with the Silk Sonic album.
It's too tight.
I think you took away all the warmth of Anderson .Paak and you tried to make
Hey,
the
yo.
perfect pop version of what you think in R&B. If you were to put R&B into an AI machine, I think that's what Silk Sonic was.
hate.
But isn't that the? But they,
I don't say that's
That's
necessarily bad. It's just so fucking polished. Like,
Yeah.
where is the human aspect in the production?
Yeah.
It's so electronic and not in
No, but
syncs. Like
those were like live instruments they were playing though.
in the video, I'm sure that was.
No, I think.
oh, you don't
on
think
the
there were
album,
live
those were
instruments in the album?
I'm sure on his solo project there was live instruments. That doesn't mean you can't mix and EQ them to sound like they're no longer live.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean,
I'm sure every
I thought you were
last
trying to
thing.
get at
That
one
just
Silk
sound
Sonic
like
did.
some hating shit to just be like, yo, it sounds so good that it's bad.
But if you,
It's like what?
I don't want to be the person that says if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But the
Ooh.
people that
No,
know
I
what
get
I'm
what you
talking about get what I'm saying. It's hard to
The
explain.
imperfections
It's
help.
so fucking annoyingly perfect. That's not really what music is. There's so much of a human aspect in it. Everything kind of needs to be left when you have musicians that of that caliber to how they play it. You're ruining the point of bringing this musician in and with your mixing. With your high-priced mixing and mastering, you're taking the warmth and soul away from shit.
okay. So
Now you're doing the pop rendition of funk, and funk is not pop. Pop takes from funk, but now you took a funk album and just put all the pop elements and pop mixing, pop mastering onto it, and it just sounds,
Pop.
like a fucking computer.
Well, let us know in the comments if you agree with Rory.
Oh my god! Can we take that out? I hate that.
Why? It's-
Let it. No, man. Don't put that
Retweet
in
if
that.
you
No.
agree, like if you
Yeah,
disagree.
no.
No, not like that.
No,
but
no,
you,
no,
okay,
no,
all right, cool.
no.
You get
Like, share, subscribe if you agree
Oh,
with
no.
Rory.
I'm allowed to say this because I met Bruno Mars' uncle in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, you did.
that's sick.
I don't think that's how it works.
What
Okay.
would Bruno
Really nice guy.
what would Bruno Mars have to do to come out of the shadows for you?
Get a little taller.
Put music out. I think
Come
that's
out the
That's
pretty-
it.
shadows?
That's it. Just put music out.
that's what he has to do to prove to. What does he have to do to prove to you that it's not quiet for him?
Yeah,
Put up music.
but that's
He put out music
He's
with So
put
Sonic
out
and you weren't
albums
pleased.
He's
so
just saying he wants solo Bruno.
okay.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. He wants solo Bruno Mars. Okay, I understand it.
2016.
But to say he hasn't had an impact since 2016 is crazy when he had one of the biggest songs of the
Did you
year.
think 24 Karat Magic was too perfect?
That's the album I'm saying he did that with Funk on that album.
Oh,
And with Silk Sonic, it wasn't as bad as 24 as far as that polished, too perfect sound. But I think he tried to do that with Anderson, and we love Anderson for warmth, and it wasn't.
Yep.
but it was a themed
It's not
album.
AO.
It was a themed album.
you drag it. Julian.
Yeah, it was just too much of let's try to recreate 70s R&B.
But that was the point.
It was also a joke. Like the rollout and the aesthetic, I think they were doing like as a joke.
And do you think those two talented artists they could have made that from a 70s perspective for real, rather than trying to do the pop version, the perfect version of that. That's all.
Damn, as hate.
Yo, he's hating. I don't have any,
you know.
I get what you mean by Sonic, like
Rory.
too perfect Sonic.
It was too perfect.
That I understand because I've looked into like the BTS of like how they made all that shit for 24 Karat Magic particularly.
Mm.
It's just I feel like that was the aesthetic, and I feel like that's what kind of helped it chart out.
Do you feel like Victoria?
Have you ever heard people try to like recreate? Remember that era? And I'm not just going to put Justin Timberlake in that bag, but when people tried to recreate Michael songs, like they tried to do the Michael sound, and it just didn't hit because they tried to do the perfect version and recreate what Quincy and Michael did, not realizing the warmth of those rooms and how much that they let shit happen. You're just trying to make a carbon copy of music that was based off feeling in rooms. You can't do it. It's impossible. If you try to recreate Marvin Gaye, I Want You, yeah, you can recreate that. It's easy with a fucking computer right now. But it's going to sound too perfect. There's no imperfections in it. I love I Want You because there's so much live imperfections in that. You can feel the actual warmth of the room. Mm-hmm. Once you put that shit through the PC and Pro Tools, I'm not saying you can't do that with live instruments.
It's not
but once you overly Pro Tools that shit and let that mixer get in there, and he is a trained musician based off the theory of music and not the feeling of music, you're going to get what they deem the perfect album, but that's not a feeling to me.
So
it all makes sense in my head.
So you're saying you don't think Bruno Mars is a real musician?
No, of course not. I think Bruno's extremely talented. I said his vocals on 24 are warm and incredible. You think he's an incredible vocalist. I think he's an incredible writer.
I was gonna say,
I think he's incredible at arranging records. I said the production on that, specifically the funk records, lack warmth and feeling.
Okay, I mean, listen, man.
Who do you think is someone
that's
who's
your personal
executed that
feeling
on the modern day like side
of trying to recreate old
funk
sounds?
Yeah, funk. Well, yeah, let's go old sounds.
I think Thundercat does a really good job.
Okay, yeah.
Thundercat does a really good job of that. Robert Glasper does an incredible job of that. I'm sure I could probably think of more. I think Kate Tronada has perfected the perfection of electronic music with feeling and warmth.
Okay, I see what you mean.
I think even on certain of those Beyonce records, now I'm really getting into weird territory as a Beehive member. I think a lot of those producers on Renaissance maybe needed Kate Tronada, so it didn't sound so computerized.
Mm-hmm. You feel like Bruno Mars is becoming too much of a machine than an artist now?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the biggest artists ever. They took that, but
I still think you're hating.
So you don't think he'll ever top 24 Karat Magic? Is that your finalized hot take?
I don't know. I don't know what genre for his next project he's going to try to focus on. He focused on recreating funk on that one, and then with Silk Sonic R&B. I don't know if he's going to go with 80s pop music. I don't know where he's going. So I can't say. I'm sure it'll sound incredible. He's Bruno Mars. But my critiques can be mine.
Fine.
Nah.
This is your platform. You can say whatever wild shit you want.
No, you can't say that.
I just feel like that's some hating shit to say.
I think it was.
I understand it, but I just feel like that's some hate.
Let's do voicemail. How about that?
You've got mail.
Sure. Okay. This is I didn't quite understand this one when I first heard it. So,
hey Rory, hey Mal, Demaris,
I was half listening.
Eddin, the whole group. Check this out.
Hello.
So my name is Joshua, and I had this chick who hit me up probably like a month into me being on a deployment, and she hit me up and she said, "Hey, I need you to take a paternity test for a kid that I think is yours." And
it's yours.
Back then, I already peeped that the dates lined up and everything. But the issue is now I'm back in the city, and I hit her up, and then she ghosted me the weekend we were supposed to take the test. Now, do y'all think I should keep going with it? and just keep bugging her about taking the test, I just let it rock and be like, well, if she wants to do it, she'll hit me up and just leave it be. I appreciated the response. Yo.
Knowing how crazy women are, that was probably a test.
Right.
Josh, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how you sleeping at night.
That's some scary shit.
A chick called me talking about, yo, I need you to take a paternity test. And then I'm in the city and I hit up and she's not answering. I get no sleep from that day on.
Why?
Because I might have a fucking child out here and the girl that's said
Went AWOL?
the mother of the child is not answering my call now.
Maybe she took care of it.
Yeah, she might have got an abortion.
You
or
still
found
need
out who the
yeah,
dad
but you
is.
still need to communicate with me.
Wait, the kid's not born? Can't take a paternity test.
Yes, you can.
Really?
Before the kid is born?
Yes,
I think this kid has to be born. I don't think you could take a.
you can. It's dangerous, so they recommend that you don't do it. But
Okay, well let's just assume that the kid is born.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's how I interpret it.
You can't. How do you get sleep after that? Like that's almost like we need to talk. That's like the fifth level of we need to talk right there.
That's the final boss.
Yeah, I need you to take a paternity
here's a
test,
kid, it might
and
be
then
yours.
I don't hear nothing from you after that.
After 25, you really should never be saying we need to talk anymore like that. That's like a weekend.
What if you need to talk?
There's other ways to say that. You already know that's going to trigger someone's anxiety, like in Demaris.
What is what I'm saying? So imagine a girl saying you need to take a paternity test, and then she doesn't answer your call.
Oh, you can do it. It's pretty easy to do while the woman's pregnant. It's just a blood test on her end and a cheek swab from the man. That's it.
What kind of cheek?
Not your booty cheek.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, from the non-pessimistic way, I would assume her not answering my calls means she reached out to a couple other people
and found
and
it.
those guys got to the paternity test before me, and one of them is the father.
You still need to communicate to me.
That's rude of her not to
Yeah.
relay
Yes,
the
follow
message.
back.
But if I'm him, I'm nervous as fuck, but
are
also
him.
slightly exhaling.
You
because
can't
she-
exhale.
No, I
Oh,
would
I'm
like
exhaling.
a
How?
little bit. Because
You don't know what if this baby is yours, and the mother won't even like answer your call.
There's
She
no
would tell me by
There's
now.
no urgency from her end, which would make me feel like to
You're
Rory's
missing
point.
it. It's not
someone else
about her. It's
did
not
it.
about her end no more.
She's
No,
a new
it's not.
mother.
Yeah.
She hit me saying that the child may be mine,
She's busy.
and I need to take a paternity test, and now she's not answering my call. No.
not
We need to talk.
Yeah.
Like I need to see you. Like,
Send your location.
yeah, we need to get this done like and out the way. Because maybe he doesn't think it's his, but still, the fact that a woman reached out to you that you used to deal with and said that, no, I need to know. I need to be crystal clear now. Like
That's
there's
happened to me.
no.
That shit fucks you up at night.
That's what I'm saying. You can't sleep with that
Can't
on your
sleep.
conscience.
No.
Like, how can you go to sleep like, damn, like, is the baby mine? Like, and if I'm in a relationship, like, that's now I gotta have that conversation
that's
with my
awkward.
girl.
See, that part I didn't think about.
Like, it's your whole life is
Yeah,
upside. Like, it's in limbo. Like, you don't know which way your life is going to go. Because if you have a child now, your life completely changes. So it's like you don't even know what's going on. Like, so yeah, no, you can't just let her reach out when she wants. No. You have to be proactive.
So he should follow up.
Absolutely. He need
Yeah.
to be at her door, at her job, wherever the fuck she be at, her best friends, where they hang out at on the weekends, whatever. Yo, I'm pulling up. Like, yo, we need to, like, what's up, yo? We got to get this, we got to handle this. We got to get this situation out the way.
He needs to do the in-person per my last email immediately.
Yeah. Like, you can't just let that float. Like, because what do you do while you just waiting for her to hit you up? Like,
Eat a sandwich or something. I don't know.
eat.
Eddie spaghetti.
You ain't never had that real pressure.
I never had like a real.
You've never had his lasagna.
I've had a scare. To Maul's point, it is terrifying. I was teaching when I had, and it was fucked up my lessons. Did the week very difficult to function. I couldn't sleep at night. I was on the phone with my mom all the time. Like it wrecked me. It sucked.
A girl told me she was pregnant before, but I knew she wasn't pregnant. Like, I knew she wasn't pregnant, but I went.
You had the Jimmy on extra tight.
No, but I went along with it though.
The Jimmy.
Because I knew what she was trying to do. I knew she was trying to just see what my reaction would be.
That's fucked up.
But I went with it.
Up.
I rolled with it. I was
Women
like, okay,
are
well,
fucked.
whatever you want, decide you want to do. Gave her all of that. Like, it's your call. I'm here. I'll support you.
That's fucked up.
How's that?
You gave her the
fucked up?
blessing.
No.
But how did you
About
know
her,
she
like,
was
doing that to
definitely
you?
wasn't pregnant?
She wasn't pregnant.
How'd you know? Because I didn't know
she
until
was
I
pregnant.
told my mom, and my mom said she's lying to you.
Oh, that's the girl that
Oh,
tried to
right,
kill
right.
herself in your bathroom.
Yeah, that dumb
The
bitch.
razor. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Was it?
She aborted
Was it Gillette? She
both of
tried to-
them.
My straight razor that I line my beard up with, my fake
They're
beard
part-
that everyone thinks is fake.
The Mach 3?
The mock.
I think my beard is fake.
I'm saying her testing you was fucked up.
Her testing me? What women do that?
I would never do that. I would never do that, and I'm not sticking up for all women. I know they're gonna kill me. I'm not sticking up for all women. I'm not. devil's advocate.
Stick up for Yomi.
Devil's advocate.
Well,
a lot of women actually do get pregnant by men, and those men become completely different people. So I can't blame women for testing men before they actually get in there.
You do not.
I can't. I'm not gonna do it. I don't agree with it, but I can see why they would want to do that. That's all I'm saying.
Fucking insane.
You can see why a woman would want to throw that out there saying she's pregnant and she's not.
And I can see why you're single. Because if you do some shit like that, you don't deserve a relationship.
That was really
That was mad rude.
No, not you. I'm saying the women that do that.
Okay.
I can see why they're single. Demaris is single for other reasons.
Wow.
She's shared that with us.
All right, so let's flip that scenario. I'm a guy. I know I pulled out with a condom on, everything, and I text you the next day.
Full mall.
I think you might be pregnant.
Yo, I definitely did not pull out last night.
That's some
And lie to you.
Yo, condom broke, shot the whole club up. Good luck, Chief.
And then I go see if like maybe you'll take a plan B when you're not pregnant, which would fuck you up even more. Like what am I trying to ruin your day?
I don't think
You take a plan B to not get pregnant.
No,
I know, but I'm lying.
On the reverse end of this, if a guy was like, yo, condom broke, I definitely nutted in you.
Yeah, but a woman's going to take a plan B anyway. Like if you're lying in that, if you say that.
Yeah, but
if you say that, most likely a woman, if she's not like trying to have no kid, like she's definitely taking a plan B. Whether
okay, so now can I judge that woman for not wanting to do that? Because if it's reversed, why would a woman
not wanting
just lie to me about that to see my reaction?
I just literally explained it to you and you just don't get it. Like I literally explained it to you.
So you don't think women become different people when
they get pregnant?
Yeah.
No, I'm sure that they do, but the difference between men and women is if I switch up, like I still have to carry this baby for 9 months. Like I have to carry this baby for 9 months. You can leave at any time in those 9 months.
True.
You can kick the baby out.
Are you seeing what I'm saying? I don't agree with women doing that, but men switch up when women get pregnant.
How come we don't have a say in like whether or not you keep the baby?
You do have a say.
No, we don't.
Occasionally.
But I don't really.
It depends on who you're dating.
Men have no say.
It depends. You have a say depending on who you're dating. Depending on who you're dating, you have a say.
I don't even think
that's a relationship to relationship basis.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, if you even look like you're doubting, even if you look just a little bit unsure.
Okay. Let me.
This baby getting an eviction notice.
Let me rephrase it. If you got money, you ain't got no say.
I still don't think that.
If a man is well off and got money,
talking about
he has
all these half the NBA and all these guys, they all get the baby trap. All these guys are fucking popping out babies as strippers. They have the money. The woman's just going to keep the kid.
That's what he's saying.
No, that's what he's saying.
I'm saying you don't have a say if the man.
I thought you were saying if the man has money,
not.
he'll decide what to do with it.
No, I'm saying like as if you have money, if a man has money, he does not have a say. Like if a girl he's dating gets pregnant, he don't have a say. If
relationship by relationship basis, Mal. I think you're very jaded by some women.
Jaded? Open your phone. What are you talking about? If
I'm opening my eyes. People in the real world.
If a man has money, a woman ain't trying to terminate that baby.
Bro, I know plenty of people, plenty of women who.
That woman though.
Yeah. Well, not even just that. There's women out there who money ain't everything to them, Mal. There are plenty of women who money isn't everything to them.
Not on most.
Dealing with a motherfucker that don't
dealing with the NBA players.
Yeah, dealing with a motherfucker that don't want your baby. Like no matter how much money you got, you're gonna be miserable. No matter how much money he has, you're going to be miserable.
Oh no,
and it's going to affect your child. So women with brains are not on some shit like that.
Now, women with brains, they use their brain to be like, well, shit. All right, how much?
We should use
200 million?
Pardon my pussy liberal opinion. It's
pardon your
a woman. It's in a woman's body. Like it's her choice.
Yeah, it is her choice in my opinion. Yeah.
So
like it's not.
We don't have a say in that.
I think it's great that women will talk to the person they had sex with if that's not even their partner to have that conversation.
But they do have final decisions.
We still do have a animalistic part of us, and yeah, that's in that woman now. It's her. Everything is her choice.
Yeah,
it's in her.
She does.
The fuck is it really my decision at the end of the day?
Hold that.
Final decision. I'm not with.
And it's just like my nut until it gets in the egg and starts developing. Like,
yeah, but men should have a say, even though the woman carries the baby. Men should have a say.
Depending, but that's again, they have a say if it's a relationship that's established. It's relationship dependent.
The gray area comes with the relationship, but the black and white version of this is it's inside a woman. It's her choice.
Word.
It's her baby.
Yeah, but it was inside of my nuts first.
I have.
Well, you should have kept it there.
Oh, you called first?
Countless times.
Calling first and then.
You should have kept it there.
Yeah,
like, what if you come inside a woman? You be like, first dibs. Like, does that mean like, yo, if you get pregnant, I get to have the first say if you keep it or not?
I think that's exactly how that works.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Just come on her face instead. It's funny.
I guess
Actually try that out and come back to us.
yeah,
I'm
let us
cool.
know how that goes. Yeah.
I'm cool. I'm all
The consensus is that he should follow up.
absolutely.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
He
yeah.
should be.
Oh, I thought that was already
Yeah.
established.
Just making sure.
Go find that shit
Hey,
out.
Josh,
In case Josh was lost for his
get off the fucking voicemails and go find that fucking girl.
Yeah,
Don't
throw an
call us
AirTag.
back.
Yeah.
I don't even want to call back. I just want you to go find that girl.
Thank you, Josh.
Take that. Actually, no, call back. Let us know when you found that girl.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to know if that baby was indeed.
Yeah, put an air tag in her Honda Civic.
How do you know it? You know what? Never mind.
What's up, y'all? My name is Malijah. I'm from Vegas.
Okay.
And this question is primarily for Julian and Demaris.
Nice.
So I get told I'm pretty handsome, and I believe so too, and that I
Confidence.
should start
Same.
modeling or do some type of work with my appearance and whatnot.
Julian, is this your voicemail?
But
Right.
the thing is, I'm just not really comfortable taking pictures. Like every time I take a picture, I look back and I don't look symmetrical, and my posture looks like shit.
Is he measuring the photo?
And
He looked
I
like a
get it.
Picasso painting.
A nigga saying he don't look symmetrical is just hilarious.
I get what
Very funny.
I get what
Like, what?
I
He
feel
don't
him
look
though.
symmetrical. What the
All right,
fuck?
hold
I
up.
feel him too though, because
Yeah.
I've had that problem.
I'm always just critiquing and overthinking it. So I just want to ask y'all, like Julian as a model,
Mm.
Demaris as a girl, like
Mm.
how do y'all get
Just
comfortable
as a-
taking
just
pictures?
being a girl.
I mean, it does count.
What kind of process do you go with posting your pictures and whatnot?
Mm.
Anybody else can chime in too, but
Not Eddin.
I'm
No, definitely not me.
Well,
Thank
Julian,
y'all, and hopefully I'll see y'all on tour. If not, I'll catch you if you ever come to Vegas.
Nice.
Man, drink a Celsius or something, bro. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's on man.
all right. Well, Julian, you answer because you're the professional in this. I'm just the girl.
But like, girls care about this way more.
But
Girls
well,
will
it's
take
your
1,000
professional. You
pictures
get
and then
paid
only two
for
of them
it.
will go through.
Yeah, I want to hear both sides.
Yeah.
Because women take pictures not
But let's hear-
and know how to edit them.
You're a new model.
I
I
can
don't
give like a very like a good response to this. I think so. Like, put it this way:
In black and white.
this fell into my life as an opportunity. I never sought it. I think in his case,
You didn't choose
relax,
his life.
relax,
This
relax,
life chose
relax.
you.
Because I'm going to. This makes sense.
Okay.
In the same way this guy has, I've been told for years, hey man, have you ever thought about, for years, never took it seriously, never pursued it because internally I was like, that's not me. I'm not one of those people. Like I feel the exact way he did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I'm not shit. Come on. What are you talking about here?
Mm-hmm.
So opportunity happens.
You think models are shit?
Yeah. This podcast happens. I never liked being on mic. We started because of this work, had to be on mic. I was like, all right, can't avoid it. It's happening multiple times during the week. Then when the modeling thing came up, almost a year or so after the mic, the podcast shit, I'm like, well, I'm now finally comfortable being on camera. Let me see if this is something that I can do. And then it kind of made sense at that time in my life. That being said, I hate how I look on video. I hate how I look in photos. I got a fucked up eye 80% of the time. Like this shit is not like, I'm not perfect. I'm trash, but it doesn't happen if you don't try it. So just fucking try it. Like, I don't know the agencies are in Vegas. Find someone, walk into an agency. Just what's the worst? You're going to live with this. What if you don't do it, just try it, dude. I still don't think I look good in photos. I genuinely don't like seeing myself in any of the ads that I've done, but reality is I'm getting paid for it and it's a good look. So just fucking try it. Just do it.
Good job.
Mm.
Juju.
I'm so
And I
happy.
genuinely mean that. Like, cause I feel
Hey,
him.
you
Like,
hate.
I feel the
I don't,
sincerity.
I'm not confident like that.
No, I feel the sincerity,
Yeah.
And I'm so happy you got that monkey off your back. Like I'm just that's
Did
all
y'all know
See,
that's
you
what
make-
that was, by the way?
Oh yeah.
During gigs voicemail?
Yeah, it was a monkey.
I didn't
for
know
Julie.
that. That's fucking
Yeah.
weird.
So I have a lot of monkeys and they're all coming off my back.
Well, you don't really like it.
Yo.
They're all coming off my
Wow. Wow. Wow.
See, you've been pausing people all
Wow.
fucking episode. That's what
Wow.
you get.
I got monkeys in there all coming on my back.
All right.
All right, my bad.
It's
Nutter
okay.
butter.
What?
I mean, from the outside of this,
Yeah, we're not models or girls.
yeah, I wasn't one of the chosen
We're
ones.
girls.
You're transitioning.
Yeah, he said Demaris is a girl
I thought you said we're not models, we're girls.
or
Oh,
girls.
say Eddin, what are we going through over there?
in anything you do creatively, and yes, I'm saying there's creativity in models and that is a form of entertainment. You're going to feel that way about anything you put out there. So if modeling you feel too insecure about, if you move to another field, insecurities will still exist.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's only going to be one insecurity because you're in that genre. It'll manifest itself everywhere. So it's something that you have to deal with regardless of what you want to do.
Melodja, just take the fucking pictures, man.
Yeah.
You never
Just
know.
try it.
Never know where it'll land. Might be the best thing you ever did. Who cares what anybody thinks? Like, just try it.
Try it, and if you don't like it, then don't do it. You don't have to be a model just because you're pretty. Like, you don't have to be. If you don't enjoy it, because it is an actual job, Julian can tell you. If you don't enjoy the process and everything that comes with it, and you're just doing it because you're pretty and you want the money, then don't do it.
You called him pretty?
Well, yeah, you haven't seen him.
But like,
Men can be pretty.
That could be pretty.
even like on set,
You don't think men can be pretty?
here we go.
I think Prince was pretty.
Prince was pretty.
Prince was pretty.
R.I.P.
Michael was pretty before,
Watch your mouth.
not the kids, the face stuff.
Yeah.
The kids were pretty too, though.
It's okay.
Well, Melodja, hopefully we'll see you on a Vegas ad somewhere on a billboard or something.
There you go.
I just
No.
watched that Johnny Depp doc. The entire time in the courtroom, I kept saying, wow, that's a pretty man.
Johnny Depp?
He looked gorgeous in that courtroom.
Hey. Jesus.
Yo, listen, man. You know,
The glasses, the hair. I
Who else,
I was
Rory? Who
beside
else? Who
myself.
else?
That's
Name
what
the
you
pretty
thought?
man. Name the pretty man.
Brad Pitt's pretty.
Yeah. Idris is a pretty man.
Idris is pretty. Mal, Idris is pretty.
Idris is
All you know,
He's
he's just
gorgeous.
as pretty. He's
He's
hilarious.
gorgeous.
like
There's
you know
some
what I'm saying?
undeniable
But
pretty
he
men.
is, bro.
Like, okay.
Paul Rudd's cute. He's not like pretty, but he's cute.
Yeah. He's
You're
cute
like
and
obsessed.
funny, so it's a good
Like he
combo.
won Sexiest Man of the Year, which I didn't agree with. But
Who
he
did you
could
think
get.
should have that year?
Yeah, who should
I don't know who else was up in the running. Idris could have won. By
If it was
a landslide.
2016, Bruno Mars. But
He said,
Yo,
you
you
could have
stay
won by a
hating.
landslide. You're gay. Like, just say it, man. So I love you, man, but you're gay.
nah, you know what? Nah. I think it's gay if you can't realize that men are attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Nah,
could
see,
choose.
I think that's
It's
some.
hot take.
That's what they
That's
try
not
to
a
do.
hot take.
That's what they
That's
try to do with them
comfort.
parties. Like, yo, like y'all weird if y'all don't like you like aren't gay. It's like, wait,
It's also
what?
the choice of
You
words.
can objectively say someone is good looking,
There you
male, female, whatever the fuck they identify as. You can be like, that's a good looking person. That's not gay.
I didn't say that was gay.
No, that's
so
that's
you
not-
agree? Idris is
It's
pretty.
the choice.
I
It's the
didn't say
choice
that
of
either.
words. It's the choice of words.
See,
Pretty
Look how
is
you
an
try to. I
interesting
didn't
word
say
used.
that either. No, I didn't say.
Well, if you, what's your ad? Idris is fill in the blank.
Idris is
Stringer
attractive.
Bell.
He's an attractive man.
Okay, so
Okay.
we'll take that's
But
progress.
that's what I'm saying. He's talking about the
Progress.
word pretty. He hates the idea of using
Yeah,
the word
like,
pretty.
You can't call him man.
Like, imagine
Yeah, I
someone
think
Because
that's
some men
offensive.
are pretty.
Yeah, but I think it's offensive to call.
ASAP Rocky calls himself pretty
Pretty Flacco.
all the time.
That's branding.
Yeah, but that's when you call. You can call
Lord Pretty Flacco. That's fucking
Yeah,
nuts.
But you're
It's also
Brandon.
a great name.
yeah,
you're missing the whole thing is he called himself that
but people call him Pretty Flacco
because he called himself that.
Yeah, it's a nickname, not like a.
Like Idris Elba is not going to be like, yo, you're a pretty man. He would look at you like,
Yeah, how would you feel?
Well,
if
it
another
just
person told
isn't
you
pretty.
well, I'm just saying any man
Handsome.
can call him pretty. I think
he's
you feel
handsome.
Like,
yeah, he's
gorgeous.
not pretty.
like, excuse me, like I'm not pretty. Don't call me pretty. Say I'm attractive. I'm handsome. Good looking.
If you were pretty,
Pretty?
you would understand. Because pretty doesn't just mean attractive or
Yeah.
good looking. Pretty is a specific look.
Who's the one that died? Heath Ledger. He was pretty.
Heath Ledger
Yeah.
was not pretty.
This guy?
You hating?
What? You're hating.
He is.
No, but get
You hear the
it.
guys?
But get a good
Y'all
picture.
don't hit the men. Like you're hating.
That
to a
motherfucker
woman.
pretty as hell.
Then tell
That's a
the
crazy
woman,
picture.
"Hey,
Can we
I
switch the
felt like
picture,
he
bro?
wore too much makeup in Dark
Switch the
Knight,
picture.
but like, you know.
Change the fucking picture.
I'm trying to. What's that? Was
This is
it
a crazy
10 things I hate
picture.
about you? That he looks pretty in that one.
Oh, you about to see something crazy?
I'm trying to.
Is he in
Julian,
that?
I just.
Yeah.
He was the guy that was the.
He looked pretty there.
Look at this is him on the cover. He was in that. He was the cover.
I think
of the
he was
fucking
hot.
It's the hair is why y'all calling him pretty. He
Yeah.
kinda- he
Long
kinda-
hair
The
doesn't.
guy
hurt.
that died.
And I feel like
from,
Julia
Fast and
Stiles is a
Furious.
very handsome man.
pretty.
That's,
Wait.
come on, man. You can't do that.
Paul
Don't
Rudd.
do that.
No,
Don't
Paul
do that.
Rudd. What's
Paul Walker, damn it.
Paul Walker's
Paul Walker,
Paul Rudd. is
gorgeous
pretty.
man.
pretty.
Paul Rudd is a pretty guy too.
Yeah. He might.
Why do y'all keep going back to Paul Rudd? This is like I like Paul Rudd too, but God, the amount of men in the world.
That's Julian's like go to, I guess, his crush.
He might be past pretty though. Paul Walker.
Paul Walker was.
You had a crush on Paul Walker?
Oh, look at the curls, man.
Now that's a pretty man.
Yeah.
He's pretty.
Hair
That's
doesn't
what I mean
just
by
sit that
pretty.
way.
Hair has a lot to do with prettiness for men.
And then he went and wrapped his car around the pole.
The court to
All right,
Demaris.
thank you.
He went and
Please
died.
Edit that.
Why?
Demaris said that.
That's not what I
Demaris said he went and died.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
She's
shit.
like, yeah, I'm
She
pretty sure
said
that's
that
what
too, though. It's
Yeah.
on. It's a recorded.
I just think calling Paul Walker and other men pretty is just, I don't know. Just
How beside yourself were you guys when it was Paul Walker and Tyrese side by side in those convertibles?
Ooh.
Fire.
I know DJ Envy was.
leaking.
Hey.
you get that checked out. They got antibiotics for that.
Yeah.
Well, merch available.
Leaking.
NewRoryNMal.com now. Merch is available. Tour tickets available. Coming to a city hopefully near you soon. Toronto, LA, London, and we'll be back home December 1st at Sony Hall. So tickets available now. Tickets are selling fast. We appreciate the support.
And why it's hot.
Can't wait to see y'all. Can't wait to laugh. Can't wait to take some flicks. Rory can't wait to take fireball shots with y'all.
That's sick.
Sure.
What are you pointing at, Julian?
I'll just go with this part.
Oh, Ram Radio. Episode of Ram Radio available.
Sure,
now.
you've tuned out by now.
Yeah. We can really say anything
If
at
you're
this
still
point,
here,
right?
if you're still listening, somebody, whoever's there, we put out a new Ram Radio. 92.0 The Bricks. Have fun with that episode. A lot of good music. Me and Rory, some of our favorite songs of the month, I guess. We compile a playlist.
I actually kind of like this as a new segment. At the end, when everyone starts to fall off, now we just start saying
mad
we
random
start
shit.
saying whatever.
Random
Wild
Yeah.
shit.
I'm giving $10,000 to anyone that DMs me Miracle. First 5 people.
I was double down on that. I'm giving another 10,000 to anybody who says they can play Rory's album from top to bottom.
Bruno Mars is going to take you up on that.
That's crazy.
That was fucked up.
I challenge any fan at our show on tour to a game of backgammon. If you win, I'll give you merch.
Okay.
And he's buying it himself too. It's not coming off the company
It will
card.
come out of their pockets. I'll give you merch.
First
Yo, you know
person to
what
send me
actually-
titties, I'll pay your. I'll pay for your
I'll
lunch.
do a
That's
backgammon
way better
tournament
one
on
than
stage.
what we were talking about.
Oh, well, we can't say that.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. She's the only one that can get that off.
Yeah.
It would be funny though, you know, like before they open the doors, and I love our loyal and dedicated listenership, they line up before.
Around the block.
Literally.
You playing backgammon like with each person
That's sick. How long? did
before the doors open would be the funniest fucking thing ever.
I got
would
next.
love to play.
Who is he? Bobby Fischer of Backgammon?
Yes.
Who the fuck is
Well,
this?
we could, no, if we really wanted to, because I could.
We
I'm
don't.
nice.
We don't.
We don't.
We don't.
We
Three
don't
cars
want
body
to
guy.
Across
we
that
don't
drink,
want to
we
set up
don't.
30 backgammon boys and just have you walk
Yeah,
down.
why
No, we
not?
don't.
You've
We don't
never
wanna
seen
do
that guy that sets up all the what's the time chess shit?
Chess?
No, but the time one. Chess. Not all chess. There's the time chess and the regular chess.
No, it's chess, but it's just that you're on a timer.
Yeah.
So
All right, so time chess.
no, it's chess. Some people play with a timer. Some
Have you ever seen the guy in the park that sets up all the boards and plays like 10 people at one time?
Yeah,
Yes.
Bobby Fischer.
He should
I
do
could
that.
do
with,
that with backgammon easily.
Sick.
I
I'm
bet
so
you I
happy.
win at least 8 out of those 10 games. I'm nice.
You got to teach me how to play backgammon.
So I thought about this. Shower thought. I was thinking about when we were on the road.
Shower thought? Is that just something?
He was so excited.
I want to teach you guys how to play because I want to buy a good portable board that we can bring on the road. It's a really fun like pass the time game, and it'll like in the
What
green
time?
room. It'll be
We
nice.
have things
think
to
we have-
They
do.
literally have no time.
I'm saying like in the green room while we're figuring out the
I will
projector.
There's
never play
things to
backgammon.
do.
While we're figuring out the projector.
I will. Are you listening to me? I will never play backgammon in the green room. Will never happen.
Why to Drake's new album
No,
No.
I don't care what you try to dress it
God,
up
you
with.
never
no.
be in the
for all the
allegation.
dogs in them?
I'm just not playing backgammon in the
Oh.
green room. So yeah, thank y'all for listening. We'll see y'all soon. Hopefully on tour somewhere. Not tour, at a live show somewhere soon. Yeah, man. Weekend is here.
4 whole city tour.
4 hosts. Well, not 4, 3. Can't count home.
Yeah,
Home
the
is
city.
Home is home.
You don't think New York's a city? That's crazy.
Best city in the world.
I'm serious about the titties, by the way. The titties and the lunch. I really will send you lunch to the first person who sends me titties
Same,
in my DMs on Instagram.
but no lunch.
Because you'll eat it.
Yes. The titties.
Have a blessed weekend. We'll talk to y'all soon. I'm that nigga. He's just Ginger. Peace.
You know how fans give us free shit sometimes? What if there's like a fan that's a babysitter, and like I could get
Want to give your child to one of our fans?
if they're like a certified and keep all this
Like Cure.com.
like a certified babysitter, Maybe. I don't want any more of these t-shirts that I'm going to throw away. I need something that's tangible. Can you watch my kid?
NewRoryNMal.